Picture it, you round the corner deep in a dungeon, where you expected nothing but more dim hallway. You see a bright merchant's stall with a single cup of freshly brewed tea.
In the middle of the sip. The fucking sip is sacred. I can't believe this, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, relax. God damn, one stream. Just want one scuffless stream. That's all I could ask for. It's too much, let's face it though. It's too much to ask. It's never gonna be unscuffed. My intros, sometimes 3 hours long, are anything but scuffed. Now, I don't know if I can... Hold on. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. Alright, I'll get through it. There we go. I got through it. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the VOD. That's right. Even the VOD's doing well, man. People are watching the VODs. Thank you, Blaze, for uploading them. I had a message, a very nice message from somebody. Say, hey, man, glad your VODs are accessible now. What changed? I asked somebody else to do it. That's all it was. That's,
The Emporium was too much for Evan.
It was okay. Thank you, Daria, for the 200 bits. I appreciate it. Good morning to you too. What's up, Busy? Good to see you, Blaze, Daria, Ashy. Almost. You almost got your green dragon today. What's up, Kitty? Good to see you. I'm good, Kitty. I'm good. I hope you're doing well. Viddy, how's it going? What's up, Garthen? Meegs, what's up, guys? Good to see you, Thoughts and Tales with Bluff. Likewise for you two as well. What's up, Zibsy? Good. Damn. I gotta scroll, man. I gotta scroll. Even Thorkin's here. Well, Thorkin's not here, but Thorkin was here, which matters. What's up, Sam? Good to see you. What's going on, guys? It's Thursday. It's D&D day, man. I gotta play some D&D. And you know what? Although not today's game, we had to do something today that I am extraordinarily pleased with. You see, what is my favorite thing to draw? It's like, of all the things you can possibly think of, like, man, I don't know, evil characters, Relician feathered goblin monkeys, you know, what could possibly be? What would be my favorite thing to draw of all the things that gives me the most unironic happiness in my soul?
Belts. All the belts.
Close. Cat girls, unfortunately not. Yuna, never. No, the thing that gives me the most joy out of everything else to draw is, there you go, Garthen got it. It's Ella characters. So I get to draw a new character for Ella today. She has an Astral Sage that I really wanted to start on stream. So we need to do some deep discussion on Astral Sages and what they look like, because currently they're all just sort of, you know, they're just kind of doing their thing. Like, we have a couple of Astral Sages. We have examples. We don't have like a uniform, and you can't cheer. You're not. You're not. Stop wasting your bits. Okay, I'm mad. No, I'm not mad. Today, I am not mad. I am untrollable. Today is a deep productivity day. All right, I will not. You know what? I'm gonna do my warm up. Okay, you guys, you think you can fuck around, man? I'm gonna do my warm up. All right, and I'm just gonna draw a little. I'm just gonna do a warm up, man. But today is indeed D&D day. What's up, Dashto? Good to see you, buddy. So I have to play Dungeons and/or Dragons with one of the most fun groups I've had the pleasure of DMing in a long time. You see, they are what you call a RP heavy group. So you know what's great about them? I don't have to do any of the talking for them. I don't have to do shit for them. I don't have to move the story along for them. They kind of just do it themselves.
It's not a waste.
And,
it's an investment.
It's not. No, okay, listen. Ella is never going to get a crumb. An Alexandrite crumb, Sam. Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. She is never going to get an Alexandrite crumb. It's never going to happen. I will see to it that it never happens. I will personally invest my time, energies, and here for some suck.
Evan Bull sip.
I forgot about that literally just till this moment. Come on. It's been like, it hasn't even been a day, and I'd put it out of my brain. Okay. Thank you, Adaria, for the 690 bits. That's a lot of bits, bro. That's you know, that's a ton of bits. So thank you. I appreciate it. I think I'm pretty sure I appreciate it. But part of me wishes that I didn't go live today now. So hey, listen, worth it? Okay. All right. Yeah. Excellent. Glad it was worth it for somebody, because everyone else in chat now had to listen to that fucking clip. Today's Pathfinder day for you. What's up, Experiment? Good to see you, buddy. Bluff, what are you playing, Pathfinder? But yeah, this group that I'm enjoying because they move the game on themselves. Like, you know, it's so nice when, like, you have a group of players that are like, yo, let's go to the tavern. All right, guys, should we all go to the tavern? Yeah, let's go to the tavern. Okay, so Evan, we're gonna exit here and we're gonna go walk towards the tavern. And they announce what they're doing. At most other I don't know how people feel about this. Maybe it's a common experience, maybe it's just my players. But do y'all ever have players that talk about doing something but don't actually say they're gonna do something? So you as the DM have to kind of like invent what happens? Because I do that for my players out of mercy. But it's always something that irks me just a little bit when my players are like, okay, I think we should go to the tavern. Yeah, we should all go to the tavern. Crickets. And I'm like, so what do you guys do? They're like, oh, well, we said we're going to the tavern. No, you didn't. Bitch, you're having a conversation. You said nothing. Okay. But this group's really great about that. They don't Dude, I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do shit for them. They just like say they're doing something, and then they go do it, and they say they're doing it. It's such a different experience, you know? Is that like a common DM problem, or is that just like a my players thing? Because if it's a my players thing, it's probably a me problem. Which is fine. I'm fine with that. It's just, you know, I got to figure out how to get my players to actually want to do stuff. But this group is great. I was so surprised when I started playing with them that they were all just like, you know, a little take chargey. And sometimes I had to tell them to, you know, to chill and like, so I could like explain something, which is just, it's a nice like bit of, it's a nice bit of like weight off of the DM. It's a common thing, probably. Yeah, I think we're too. Wait, concerned of having consensus. Wait, with what? I'm confused. I'm a tiefling champion or in one game and a gnome bard in another one. What kind of? Hold up, Big Bluff. What kind of bard are you rocking? Yeah, what kind of? Just real quick, what kind of bard are you rocking? Because this is, to me, this is interesting. I've been thinking about bards in Pathfinder, and I feel like I don't want to spoil why. I want some opinions here, but I think that Pathfinder does bards correctly, and I worry that D&D is missing something, and I don't want to say why. I don't want to ruin or taint a possible opinion. The problem too, it's common and painful. All I want is to not have to invent the story for the players and not like assume what they're doing. I just want to know what they're doing, you know? And it's okay. Like I get it. Sometimes it's like your role as the DM is to like sort of play the game, and their role as the players to choose their adventure. And I get that, but it's just nice every once in a while having a bit of a break from that, and you know, playing with players that are I think most of them are experienced DMs, so it's maybe even a little bit difficult to get them to calm down and let somebody else run the game. But I like it. I don't mind it. A bard is the idol that dances and sings and entertains and can project yourself to other locations. On a scale of 1 to Yuna from Final Fantasy X, how Yuna from Final Fantasy X is your bard, Ashy? As Asher said, the consensus is nice within the party. I get annoyed sometimes playing with people who just have their characters do things without thinking about anyone else in the party having to say. Yeah, well, definitely you don't want players like just deciding shit for you. That's Monka. We don't want that. But it's nice when the party like wants to take charge of their actions, you know, and go do stuff. It's like, I don't know, it's like kind of it removes a layer of awkward, because the problem is that as the GM, and I think this is probably a very common experience then, if this is a common experience in general, as the GM, you have to let there be an awkward silence for a little bit, and then you have to presume what they wanted to do based on their conversation, you know? Because, so you'll have, like, one player be like, hey, we should go to the tavern. Another player will be like, I kind of want to stop at the blacksmith shop first. And then another player will be like, yeah, I don't mind to do that. Another player's like, I kind of want to go to the tavern. And you're just waiting as the GM. You're like, okay, they haven't said they're doing anything. Am I supposed to jump in here? Am I supposed to say what they're doing? Okay, so it sounds like you guys are going to the tavern right now. No, we were going to go to the blacksmith shop. Damn it! Ah, fuck. I missed it. I got it wrong. It's fine, but it's nice to almost like take a back seat to the game for a little bit and just like watch what the players are doing. So I'm excited to play tonight. Looking forward to it. It's both my Thursday games are a lot of fun right now, and I'm glad to be back and playing. It is a bit much to manage though. I definitely think though that once these games are finished, because they're both fairly short games, I might try and rethink how I do my GM prep. And I might do like I was thinking about doing a YouTube video on GM prep and just talking about the way I do it. And I don't know, I think that'd be a fun video. Like an 8, but more pop to her. Okay, yeah, right. Dutchman, you're not late to anything. Don't worry about it. I'm just doing my warm up, and then we're talking about Astral Sage Ella and her brand new character, which is an important addition to the world. I don't care how long or short games that Ella are in. I will always draw Ella's characters for her. Every time she creates a character in Eldara, it is an opportunity to canonize another character for my purposes for storytelling. And, you know, I like drawing Ella's characters. It's the most fun, most enjoyable thing I can possibly do. Whenever we have a new game and Ella has a new character she wants to draw, or she wants me to draw, it's, I don't know. I wait for these moments, you know? And players should be able to say, hey, we've resolved this scary Doom thing. Can we go look for my missing goat for my backstory? Definitely. I agree. Wait, what? This seems personal, Ashy. Was there a missing goat I should know about? Because I'm a little concerned now. I worry that I glazed over a detail or something at some point in time. With actually characters that we transferred from D&D to Pathfinder, my gnome bard is an occult bard who communicates with spirits to preserve their stories for future generations. He's a sweet lad who doesn't realize he's super spooky sounding. Interesting. I have one of my players in one of my games is playing a similar type of bard. She uses like tarot cards to talk to the gods. At least she thinks she's talking to the gods. So says her bard spirits college, whatever. But I think that Pathfinder bards are more interesting because Pathfinder I feel like lets bards do more shit. It's like D&D is great and we love it, but the simplification does for 5e hurts some classes. I don't know how people feel about this because like nobody plays Pathfinder and D&D for me to talk to about this stuff. So I'm always very interested when somebody is doing both. But I do think that the oversimplification of bards in D&D hurts their overall class appeal. Like, part of the idea of the bard in Pathfinder to me is that they can do everything, right? Which I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe I'm impressing some desires for bards to feel a different way. But I think that Pathfinder actually does a pretty satisfying job at it. I don't know. Either way, I know a lot of people play D&D on Thursdays. So if you are playing tonight, enjoy your game. If you're playing right now and you're on my stream because you're at the tavern and you don't want to sit there listening to your GM talk about, I don't know, a conversation between an eldritch wood nymph and a Relician feathered goblin, Evan. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on in your game. But if that's the case, if that's what we're doing today, you should probably be paying attention instead. Alright, Astral Sage robe design. Small warm-up. Almost complete. So yeah, we get to draw a new character today. I'm excited. Her name is Scarlet, and she currently doesn't have a fucking backstory. Because that's how Ella rolls. Ella's kind of a gangster like that. She'll show up to a game and be like, I have a character. They'll be like, oh, sick, what's your character? And she's like, they're a wizard. Like, alright, what does your character do? Well, you know, level 2 wizard. Okay, but like what, like, did they accidentally like murder their family? Did they watch their like their little sister get killed via some sort of corrupt political public execution? Were they imprisoned at some sort of like torturous wizard school for like, you know, the first 2 decades of their life? Do they have like perhaps like an extra personality spirit attached to them that like governs their morality and they like wrestle against it and eventually want to be free from its control? And I'm like, yeah, Ella, is that any of your character? And she's like, no, they're just a level 2 wizard. Forgot how full that was. You know, I kind of love that about Ella in new games. So we get to draw a Astral Sage for her. We get to figure out where her character is from, because she likes to leave some of that up to me. Pick a place in the world that her character would be cool for being from, basically. And then she'll figure out the story after that. So we got to maybe think about where we want this character to be from, what kind of background, and then maybe that informs some of the design choices. Her political execution sounds fairly specific. Do you have something you want to tell us, Evan? No, I just played a lot of D&D over the last couple of years. I feel like I've heard a lot of backstories. I was thinking like more of the Ned Stark like background when I was trying to think of like tortured past. I was thinking about the, you know, the kid in that scene. I forget the fucking whatever the little kid's name was that I had to watch Sean Bean get decapitated. I'm thinking of characters with like tragic backstories. All right, because wizard players love that shit. I don't know why. Wizard players specifically love that shit. Maybe there's something about it that, like, the wizard itself is too, like, mundane. And so it's not, like, edgy enough, so people need to, like, impress an edgy backstory onto it, which I'm all for, you know? Don't get me wrong. I've been watching anime again. I am all for the edgy backstories for wizards. Thanks for the bonus sip? Yeah, my pleasure. Every sip is one less time you have to hear me say, here for some suck. So I need to replace those memories, I guess. Try and sit more during streams. But either way, I'm excited. I'm excited to build a character for her, figure out what she does, where she's been, what she, you know, intricacies we can design into the character to make her place in Eldara feel a little solid. And I do think that Ella's characters always fit really well into Eldara. Like, Ella and Dashto are really good at building characters that fit into Eldara because they find something that they like in the world, and they're like, hey, I know this isn't like a finished concept, but like I want to be a character from this place or do this thing or whatever. And I always love that there's a desire to be part of the world from them, you know? I'm very fortunate to have players that care about my dumb, made-up fantasy stories about dragons and cat girls and shit and pop idol bards. I know it sounds specific, but trust me, it's not. Although this will be the first Astral Sage I'm drawing with a staff, because most Astral Sages that I draw. All right, there's our warm up. There's a warm up for the day. We drew an Astral Sage. Most Astral Sages use they have their Astral Atlas. So I did a little pose study yesterday. I wasn't sure if we were going to do her holding her dagger or a staff of some variety. But most sages have their atlases. So they don't actually need any kind of like spellcasting, focus, weapon, whatever. So I really don't know if the staff is like a good fit for Astral Sages or not. It does feel very like spellcastery, but I don't know if it's necessarily like the best idea to have it be like a common or maybe not just accepted but encouraged weapon for the Astral Sages, because I kind of want to differentiate them from a lot of spellcasters, but I don't want to say that an Astral Sage has to be a certain way or can or can't do something. So I think we'll draw this one with her with a staff, because Ella's character does have a staff, and say scrap the dagger idea. That was like interesting, but we need to design fully from the top what this Astral Sage looks like. She's more of a monk than she is a scholar, and I don't know. I really, as far as character design goes, I really am a little torn on how vestimenty the Astral Sages are supposed to be. Like how much of a uniform, and how much of a uniform that sort of can be traced to real world concepts like monks or I don't know, conjurers or whatever do we want to go with, versus how individual. Because I think that you sort of balance, and we're gonna do a couple of designs today and just do a couple of rough sort of sketches for ideas and see what we like from it. But yeah, so how much do you want to limit versus how much do you want to allow for freedom, which is not actually as obvious as a choice as I think some people think. And the reason I say that is because uniforms give a class or an organization a sense of identity, and the stronger the identity, the more people care about what's going on there. You know, the more people care about the stories of the order or the organization. Think about like It's a good example. Think about any kind of like knighthood or whatever from any kind of game, Fire Emblem or whatever. Any kind of uniform knights that they all carry the same emblem or they have the same kind of armor or whatever. It gives them a really strong identity, and that identity, if it's something worth hanging on to, really does feel like something that you can sort of grab onto as a player and say, wow, that's cool, I want to do that. The problem is, though, that you don't allow for enough individuality, and people always want to be really individual. So it's like, it's good to have almost like a uniform for the order, but have people be able to make their own variations of it, even though it's like, nobody does that. Why does your character? Who knows? Who cares? You know? My character just does that. That's what they do. They're their own unique special little candle. And I think that's important for a lot of players and a lot of like people wanting to tell their own story, is that they feel like they have that unique sense of identity, that they can be the special whatever, even though everyone else in the order has the very firm identity that almost like the identity of the order serves the player, but the player's design doesn't need to serve the identity of the order. It's a very selfish way to like build a character, but I think that that's not a bad thing, if that makes sense, right? Like you are the one unique abstraction. It's like, well, then you're not really, your character then has like values their own identity over sort of maintaining the status quo for the order or whatever. But like at the same time, that's like probably the more interesting stories. If you're just telling a story about this character from this order and they're doing this order thing and they're maintaining the status quo, then like, okay, well, is that really that interesting of a story? Like, maybe not. Maybe it's fucking boring. What are you doing? So I feel like it's important to build a sense of the Astral Sage and what they look like and what they generally are recognizable with, but then also have a very firm or strong sense of like, well, here's how you change that. Here's the Astral Sage in different lights or whatever. So we're gonna draw a couple of different designs, some more monk focused, some more maybe caster focused, and we'll figure out what we like today. We'll figure out what we want for her character, and Ella is happy with anything I create. Ella is the easiest person to please. She has never really makes any revisions or has any. She's not attached to any ideas or there being anything specifically. And if she is, she usually says that up front, like, hey, I'd really like her to have this or that feature to her. You know, is that fine? I'm like, cool, sure, why not? And yeah, she's very easy to please as far as like my artwork goes. So whatever we do, I think will be pretty good. So I want to make sure that we run through the process of design today and really create a couple of very different like feeling variations for our character. And I have some traditional robes and clothing and stuff up on my other monitor for inspirations of how like things fit together. So I'm taking inspiration from a lot of monk orders and monastic sort of garb. Lots of Buddhist monks, lots of, you know, Shaolin, stuff like that. We're drawing Ella today, Gabby. You definitely have to have some sort of belt or sash as part of the uniform. Kind of memey, I know, but also small things to help give these characters identity. Yeah, I wonder how much like how much accessories really play into these characters and their identity. You know, like what as far as accessories go, like how would you identify like somebody from a monk order or a knighthood or something like that based on their accessories? And I don't know. Would it be in the type of metal that they use? Like, do astral sages commonly have stuff made in this like astral steel, the silver kind of metal, or is it like a specific accessory? Like astral sages often can be seen with this specific thing. They are all wearing this utility belt that has on it bonus Cheetos dust components, so that you too can be well snacked. I don't know, man. Tattoos are a good identifier for groups. Yeah, I find that the tattoos are very contentious with players. For instance, I had like there is for the Astral Knights, there is a tattoo that all Astral Knights have to have based on spellcasting. And the Astral Knights all have to have this tattoo somewhere on their body in a large format. So it's usually, it's almost always actually either on their chest or on their back. And it acts as the last Eldari rune required to sort of channel spells through oneself as the caster into their own weaponry. So it's like a conduit rune that they all just have tattooed on them all the time, because then they don't need to worry about like writing another rune for their spells. So the knights have this like identifying mark, but the sages in general, I feel like a lot of times people who have to have some sort of like identifying mark like that, it's a very personal choice, which is kind of weird. But I get it. It's a weird choice, but I get it. But people want to like change it or whatever. I mean, like for instance, Fishy said that she wanted her tattoo around her, like as an Astral Knight, around her belly button. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you could have it on your abdomen, but it's going to be huge. Like, are you like, you can do that? Do you want it? But then I was like, whatever. I'll let her have a smaller tattoo. Is her character canon because of that? I mean, the design itself is like not specifically all that Eldarin, nor is it my style really. So is the design of her character canon in Eldara? I don't know. Maybe. I got to think about that. But as far as the how tattoos go, like she will not be an example of like a way that an Astral Knight can get a tattoo. But again, as a player, you're allowed to say, I don't want to do the standard. I want to be different. And so can you give me a different like a different rule set to work with here, and can I still be like part of this organization or group or whatever? And I think it's always responsible to say, sure, let's go for it, because people want to tell their stories, man. It's important to let players have like a rule set for their stories to like grab onto, but also be very different and unique than maybe the common, if they want to be. I'm gonna have to save a lot today while I'm working, because my Photoshop crashed a whole bunch yesterday, and I'm kind of paranoid about it. Be a small trinket like a pin or pendant, meteorite, rare earth metal. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, one of my initial ideas was like a brooch that they keep their cloaks attached to themselves with, or closed or whatever, and have this like Astral Sage emblem brooch that is like a fairly large or substantial emblem that they all have somewhere on their person, sort of like a noble seal or whatever. What is the purpose of the uniform? Does it show the world the individual is less important than the collective? Does it show that humanity is valued over ego? Answering sort of questions will steer what the outfit is made of. Yeah, I mean, part of it is also like what does the outfit, not just like what does it say in world, but more importantly, what does it say narratively? Right? For instance, you might have a type of metal or cloth or whatever that says something very different in world than it does in a modern way. And it's more important to tell the story. Like, at that point, if you build enough currency, I think, with your world being sort of believable and realistic and all that kind of stuff, then I think it's okay for you to think about and prioritize the real world storytelling, like how people perceive things from a story standpoint over what it means in game. Now, most of the times, the correct answer is what is it in game, but sometimes, and I think more often than people give it credit for in D&D and world building spheres, it is what does this say to people who are playing or choosing these things in game. You could look at that, like look at Star Wars, for example. The Jedi robe means something very different to a Western audience, because there's an inherent like level of mysticism to like the Buddha, because the Jedi robes were derived from Buddhist monk robes and some Japanese samurai garb and whatever, and so those things mean more to us in sort of the mysticism, the interest of this like far off unique clothing or whatever than it would in game in some ways, or it does in other parts of the world. So it's also a matter of considering perception. But as far as like trying to figure out the in-world like question and answers for what You know, what are they trying to communicate? The uniform, you can make some pretty important choices about how to craft that uniform once you decided what you want to tell the audience. I agree. I'm just adding. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just adding maybe another element of like, hey, that's also part of the process, I think, too. But what about Astral Sage rune or bracelet or necklace? I did run through an idea that the Astral Sages would very much like prioritize jewelry. They would wear a lot of jewelry for some reason. I don't really know why. I imagined it would have something to do with their spell casting, but I don't really know exactly how it would interact. I wanted their accessories in some ways to assist them, but I'm not sure exactly how yet. So, because I haven't designed the mechanics of how it works, you know. Also, counterpoint of, do you really need an identifier too? Well, I mean, I think the reason of why you need an identifier is because, video you might have just gotten here, but what I was just describing earlier was that the importance of building identity is because that's how you get people to be interested in being part of this order or part of this group, which I think is the most important thing if you want people to write their own stories in your world. Is you have to have not individual interesting characters, you have to have things you want to participate in, right? That's why you see a whole bunch of people cosplaying as a specific character from a story, and everybody wants to be, you know, Daenerys Targaryen. Everybody wants to be Jon Snow. There's no orders or organizations people really want to be a part of for their own story in like Game of Thrones. And I'm using Game of Thrones as an example here, but I could use anything. But in Star Wars, for example, people want to be a Jedi, a Mandalorian, a Sith, because the strong identity behind what it is to be a Mandalorian appeals to people. And people can, because it's not a specific character, it's an organization, it's an identity within the world that you can take onto yourself. You have an easier time impressing your story into it, which is why I think we need strong identities for organizations so that people can see something and say, I want to be a part of that. And one of the strongest ways to create that identity is visual identity. And the visual identity is very important. I mean, I think the visual identity is maybe like 80% of the reason why anybody likes Mandalorians. You know, anytime you see a cosplayer at a convention, the visual identity is almost 90% of every 501st cosplayer, I think. And I think it's like a majority of why people enjoy being a Jedi. Like don't ever discount how much people just like the way something looks, and then they want to be a part of that, right? So that's why I think we do need an identifier. Like we do need a visual identity at the very least, because it'll help reinforce that hopeful desire that we have from players to say, hey, that's a cool thing, I want to be part of this group, this organization, whatever, you know. A complicated relationship with the boob window on adventures and torn between hot and unacceptable. Because stabbing window, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Last time I didn't do a boob window onto a character, 3 of my mods almost quit. Yeah. Three of my mods almost quit last time I didn't do a boob window on a character. So, like, Gabby, take it up with Fishy, Mendari, and Ella. All right? I have no skin in the game, but any complaints about the boob window, direct to Fishy, Mendari, and 4 in total. And yeah, listen, this is an important thing. I didn't realize was so important to the mod squad, but I'm at their mercy on this one. Kind of curious for Astral Knight, would it be possible to have the rune scribed on the back or front of their armor or even tabard? Does it require skin contact canonically? It requires skin contact canonically, and it's also a specific material. So the rune, the ink that is used to tattoo for the rune is not done with a needle, it's done with a spell. So they will inscribe the spell onto a spell scroll, place it onto the Astral Knight, and then there'll be a spell that binds it to their skin, and the ink actually contains like parts, like it contains dust from whatever this astral steel is. We haven't quite designed, but we're just going to call it Astral Knight or Astral Sage Steel for now, because we don't have a canonical name for it yet. But it's very important to the way Astral Sages can channel energy. So it has to be embedded in their skin, which is important for the Astral Knight. Because the reason why is because when you're conjuring runes and stuff, you have to conjure the rune and then like organize them and order the runes and then cast a spell. You could imagine also that Astral Sages would choose to tattoo certain runes into their body like this to be able to cast spells more efficiently. So I do think that there's this cool aesthetic or idea of like, imagine there's like an old Astral Sage that's just covered, every, you know, possible blank space of skin is just covered in runes, and they're just like monk casting spells as opposed to like having to like use an Astral Atlas, for instance, or something like that. I don't know. Makes sense. Follow-up is, what about the Astral Atlas? Can it be an identifier? I know Sages have them, but I'm not sure whether the Knights do too. So the Knights don't really carry Astral Atlases. Their whole thing is that they are the tattoo in their body provides the function of the Astral Atlas, and because all their spell casting is applied to their weapon. So the Astral Sages have to do very difficult, let's call them magical calculations, in order to take pure unfiltered magic and turn it into a spell that you can project or hurl or cast or whatever, or interact with the world around you. The Astral Knights have their weapons made of this astral steel that is very like, it takes on, or it allows for one to sort of channel their astral magics through more easily. It acts as sort of almost like a lightning rod for this kind of magic. So the whole thing about the Astral Knight is that they're a more efficient caster. They need to align themselves by inscribing basic runes onto their weapon of what their weapon needs to like sort of accomplish in the spell casting. So it's like they do like 20% of the casting that Astral Sage does, because their casting is more basic and simplistic. It's always make this weapon do a thing, make this weapon do fire damage, make this weapon cleave through armor, make this weapon explode when it hits something. It's never a complicated like, oh, I'm going to take heat energy and condense it into a ball, and then I'm going to have the heat energy explode when it hits something, and I'm also going to be able to hurl the heat energy ball, and that's how you create a fireball. It's very complicated mathematically, magically, but like the Astral Knights are very more basic, like heat up sword a lot. That's all the spell says. Just heat sword, and then you hit someone with it, and then they say ouch. You know, so that's why they have to have it inscribed, and that's versus why they have the Astral Sages have to have an Atlas to be able to do some of that spellcasting for them. So yeah, so the Atlas is currently you're exactly right, Viddy. You are right on the nose about it. The Astral Atlas is currently the most common identifier between Astral Sages. We have 3 Astral Sages we've done that show two Astral Sages that show 2 different, very different sort of like ways of being an Astral Sage. We have Rosa and Malaya. And Rosa is our, like, she is like more of an adventurer than anything else. She has her Atlas, she has her little control glove thingy that you can get for an Atlas to get your Atlas to do different things. She has all of her trinkets, her implements. She is an astronomer and a scholar. She is the Astral Sage that learns the stars and learns of her spells very mathematically, whatever. Malaya is part of that monastic order that is more about connecting themselves with the astral aura to have an easier time casting spells, and so she's more on that monk side. But both of them have a very different looking Astral Atlas, but still, it is like, it's an Astral Sage because they have this floating little sphere thingy with them. And even Rose's example of that tattooing magic, she has a seal of some variety on her glove that allows her to cast maybe a favored spell more easily. Like for her, it's actually like kind of a laser beam spell, which is kind of just like a blue energy beam that is not really changed. It's not like it's like a magical force weapon. Basically, it hits things hard. It doesn't like punch through them like with superheat or whatever. It's magical force via light, basically. So Rosa, that's her favorite spell, and it's one of the cantrips that you can take. And so to identify her as having easy access to that cantrip, she has one of the final runes of like directionality inscribed on her glove. So she doesn't need to do that extra level of calculation. She only needs to do like 5 or 6 layers of it, to cast the spell, and then she like has the directionality basically applied to her glove. You know, whereas like a master astral sage, a 20th level astral sage, you could see them just like floating there meditating with like lasers shooting out and stuff, or whatever kind of spells they choose to cast, because they're able to do that like extra level of alignment, maybe like on like a much faster way. A lot of astral sage progression is building efficiency into the character. So it's like a low-level astral sage, they need to have their atlas, they need to have their star charts, they need to have all these things with them to be able to like align with the stars and, you know, be able to like conjure their spells, to know where they're orienting their atlas to like draw power from the universe, to then like do all those spell casting calculations and throw shit at the, you know, the smork or whatever they're fighting. But astral sages, as they become more advanced, they build efficiencies into themselves. They build runes into their gear, or they understand how to do these calculations better or easier or more intuitively if they're more the monk style. And so we need to kind of add in a bit of a different variation whereas Rosa's very much not, Rosa does not look like an astral sage. She looks more like a scholar. Malaya looks more like a monk than she does an astral sage. And she specifically looks more dragon folk than she does astral sage. The only identifiers with her is her gauntlet and her atlas that she has. Those are the only two things that are identifying features of her being a sage. The rest of it are features of her being one of the dragon folk. So when it comes to Scarlet, we want to try and be building a separate level of identity, and I don't know, figure out what that looks like, I guess, for her. Hold up. We're going to do this. We're actually going to merge our layers for a second here. Merge down. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So, Jacob, good evening to you too, my friend. Mosby behind the Waffle House. Just want to talk. Ready for your fisticuffs? Yeah, Mos behind the Waffle House. Jesus. I hate boobas on adventurers, commoners, or nobles, or other not fighter window anyway. Wait, what about fighter windows? Came back to see boob window. Where's the stream come to? Steel, this is your doing. Yeah, you asked for it. Just the record, I'd like to play this world, sir. Really engaging ideas. Thank you, Zibsy. Zibsy, that is, hold on. Let me just highlight that. Zibsy, my entire goal is to make something that is worthy of people's stories. To build a world, to build a story, to build identities, to build things that people say like, hey, I could tell a really cool story around that idea. Like if you have a cool idea for an Astral Sage, or if you're a GM and you're like, wow, the Shattered Sea is cool. I'd love to create an island cluster and make a city there. Whatever it is, that is like the best thing that anyone can say about anything I'm doing. That is such a powerful and profoundly meaningful compliment to me that I'm not sure it's obvious when you delivered, but thank you. That is insanely meaningful. I really hope that I can build something that makes you want to play in the world and are engaged and want to tell stories and have heroic adventures with your friends. That's all I can ask for. So, yeah, I don't know. I appreciate that. Rosa's hot. She's trying, man. I do have a question, Evan. Are there male Astral Sages? Because I've only seen female ones. Yeah, so actually there was one, so there was character design, speed sketches. So I was going to draw a duo, actually, Malaya and her counterpart. We were going to have these two characters be adventurers together that you would meet in game at some point in time, where I wanted to show off the difference between the more monk-like Astral Sage and the more scholarly Astral Sage. So these two would be adventurers together. They weren't going to be part of any of the four great orders. They were going to be two adventurers that maybe like learned from one like master or whatever, or like part of a small, group. And so I had intended to have them be a very, why's my camera out of focus? Why is the camera screwing up? Hold on. Hold up. I need to fix this. Camera. Properties. Configure video. Control. Focus. Auto. Off. Okay. All right. Anyway, I had an idea to have them be two very different feeling Astral Sages, to show some of the uniqueness between, you know, our more scholarly academics and our more conjurer-y sorcerers. And I think what happened is I asked chat which one they wanted me to do that day or whatever, and I think everyone voted on Malaya because the idea of the monk looked cooler, or maybe everyone wanted to just see the hot dragon folk chick. I don't know. But then I never got around to drawing our other character, which I want to still, but I'm worried about something because this was a faster, quicker sketch. This is more along the lines of what I do for like commissions or whatever, like just the bus commissions. But I'm worried now that if I go back and I try and do this character, that it'll look too different than her as far as like quality style goes. So I think I need to redo both of them, if that makes sense. There are male Astral Sages. The problem is I had Rosa, and then Ella wants to play an Astral Sage, so that's another female Astral Sage. Then Fishy wanted to play an Astral Knight, so that's another Astral Knight. You know, so I mean, like, I tried to at the very least for the Knights show off that like character selection screen, have sort of the male female option. You know, whenever you go into a game and you like select like the elves or whatever, you have that. You know, two different. Yeah, I wanted to do that for the different races and classes in Eldaris. Have that like two different examples of them, and you know, I don't know, but I'll probably spend some time drawing our boy here, which I don't think we ever named him, did we? Our elvish scholar, monocle wearing gentlemanly sage. For now, pretty yellow character time. What a tragedy. The thought process of driving spells out of type of energy and intensity and direction is such a cool way to think about magic. Like, the efficiency aspect makes so much sense to you because people get lazy and skip steps, but make the spell more efficient. Yeah, I think that, like... So I don't really... I worry about saying the origin of the idea of astral magic because it's too sci-fi-y, and I think that the origin is like very departed now from where Astral Sage magic is at. But originally, my interest in the way the Astral Sage magic would work is, what if you could program magic? You know, what if you could code magic, basically? And this is when I was like, when I developed the idea of the Astral Sage, I was like really into a whole bunch of things, software related. I was doing a bunch of like self-directed, interested, nerdy research on like algorithms and shit and code. And I was like thinking to myself, what if that'd be like an interesting way of breaking down or understanding the way magic works, is if you could basically code with it. And how would you do that? How would you, if you just had raw, pure, unfiltered magic? And it's like all magic, if you like look at it, if you understand magic enough, and like an incredibly gifted Astral Sage that is clairvoyant among all things could look at any spell and understand how that spell is coded to do what it does. And the Astral Sages are basically like, they have the access to that power, but they're really like rudimentary, basic at it. So the advanced operations or algorithms that go into like the ley lines of the world that allow wizards to cast their arcane spells is incredibly complicated. And you couldn't like, there are like, you could, if you wanted to break it down to Astral Sage steps, you'd have to have like, you know, hundreds of steps and hundreds of lines of code to be able to create a magic missile and to be able to cast magic missile in the way you do without runes and whatever and this and that and from your hands and, you know, in that way that you cast magic missile. But you could, in theory, sort of reverse engineer that for an Astral Sage. So the sages sort of do that, where they cast very simplistic spells, but they have a very wide variety at their disposal. An Astral Sage can cast a healing spell or a damaging spell. They can cast shields or repair for heal, for instance. So they can absorb impact or they can repair and regenerate tissue. But the way that like an Astral Sage will cast healing magic is they use like creation or origination magic. So they're literally like using like the basic building blocks of life to repair the damage to your body. It's a very different way than like clerics or druids will cast healing spells. I've never wanted to play. Do you have another established setting? I've always steered towards homebrewing something, but I think whenever you publish your adventure setting, I'll jump on board. Cheers and thanks for the content. Yeah, Zibzy, what I could only hope for is that like if anyone wants to play an adventure, if they like look at Eldar and I have the campaign guide and everything's ready and they're like, yeah, let's play a game here. That's cool. What I'd also love is if GMs thought to themselves, let's take a trip to Eldara. And so they can say let's go and let's run through Evan's adventure or whatever in the middle, like as side quests for our main adventure, and just like plane or realms hop to Eldar or something. You know, whatever anyone takes from it is more than I could ask for. Clifter is a name. I actually like that, Sky. I actually, where'd you come with Clifter? Why does that feel like a very scholarly name? That's actually perfect. I don't know why. I make non-binary astral sage to keep with the not being a dude and being a sage. I mean, go for it. Be whatever you want as a sage. I want to make an order of dancing adventures in my world. I want them to be important to the world. Any advice for making them feel important to the world? Advice for making them feel important to the world is have them be an organization not bound by anything. Like there is no nation or social class or general like race or whatever that the astral sages are mostly or can only be from. An astral sage can be somebody from a very small village, or they can be someone from a big city. They can be from the Elvish lands. They can be a dwarf. They can be whatever they want. And there's astral sages somewhere in the world. I'm sort of treating astral sages like you would see certain religions be treated, right? Where it's like you could find a temple or a shrine or a mosque or whatever in any different city, and there's all sorts of people at these places. So the astral sage order is kind of, although they don't have like they're not theists or whatever, they don't have, they're treated or built in the way that you would build a religion. I think is an important way to build an order that is important. Reminds me of a regular Magic High from fantasy standpoint rather than a tech standpoint. That's an incredibly good analysis, actually. I haven't thought of that anime in years, but that is a great way of looking at it. Yeah, I like the way that he, I mean, like he literally coded magic. So yeah, exactly. That was a good show. I don't care what people say. Writing the equation down for no obvious reason. Wait, if x equals 2.3 and y equals then z is fireball? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if then, therefore, that is how you cast a fireball. Okay, how do we want to do her? Because Ella wanted robes, so we're working on bottom layers and going up. I wonder what kind of robes we should give her. We can try like a... No, I don't want to do like a coat over top necessarily. How do I build the robes into it? Let's have maybe the back. Have like some fabric sort of... Oh, I know what we're going to try. Okay, this is going to be cool. Kind of like Evangeline's robes, almost. Almost, not quite. We're going to try. But Ella also said that even though she wanted to be wearing robes, she said whatever I come up with is fine. She was okay with literally anything. I want to do like long pieces of fabric sort of off the sides and off the front and back. So there's kind of like breathability and room to move, but it's also, it kind of forms like the silhouette of robes when you're standing there. Clifter's last name of one of my characters, he kind of looks like a cliff. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I like that. That's like a very, I don't know, it's a very scholarly name. Is that a bad thing? That I'm just like presuming something based on the name? I like that, Clifter. It's a good idea, actually. If you don't mind me yoinking that, I think I'll name him Clifter. Alright. I want to do this comprised of many. We're going to kind of give her the Korean robe style, which you see in a lot of games. That has, like, multiple layers and basically exposed front for reasons. I kind of like the way it would flow when she's moving. The Astral Stage gives me what if astrology was real vibes magically. Kind of, yeah. I think there's so much magic and mystery in the stars and in the night sky that I feel like it's one of those things that I love whenever fantasy like acknowledges it or whatever, but it doesn't do it that often. Fantasy, I feel like anytime you bring space into fantasy, people are like, ugh, sci-fi. One of those tropes or classic sort of things that I feel like I miss. What if we gave her like Yuna sleeves? Final Fantasy X Yuna. Oh. That'd be kind of cool. I like the disconnected sleeves. Also, Ella's a big fan of Yuna, so let's try that. Try that from just above the arm or above the elbow. Um. Okay. We can do like patterns and designs and stuff on them. I'm not sure if I want to make the gauntlet required for managing the Astral Atlas, but I think maybe it makes it easier to the stage's choice. Your explanation of these classes really shows how much thought you put into your world and how much you care about it. The amount of care and thought makes me enticing or makes them enticing to others. That's... Thank you, Six. I appreciate that. Thank you, Winters, for the follow. Thank you. Welcome, Winters. Thank you, Six. Yeah, that means a lot to me to hear, Six. Thank you. I really love this shit, and I'm extremely grateful, and I don't know. I thank you, Sky Ultra, for the follow as well. Thank you, guys. Welcome, both of you. Welcome to the Dragon's Claim. Feel free to grab a snack at the Guild Tavern. I still wouldn't recommend the Mystery Stew, but I don't think anyone would. But yeah, my entire goal is to make something that people want to tell stories in with. Or a world people want to tell stories in, or something that inspires adventure and people like I have had adventure inspired into me. I think we're going to add some armor onto her as well, because armor's cool. Let's do... So Yuna's sleeves have these cool ties on them. Do something a little more unique. Like sci-fi is just fantasy and space. Yeah, true. Not to Marvel though. Thank you, Cal. Names are mirrors the character's soul. If that window is a trick room, mirrors or no, up to you. That's fair. What does Evan say then? Software you're using to draw? I'm using Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop. It's the only program I use for drawing usually. Occasionally, if I am on a plane or something, I'll use Procreate on my iPad, but I really don't like sketching on my iPad. So I don't do it a whole lot, to be honest. I want there to be lots of movement on this character. So lots of things like hanging, dangling, swaying that can sort of like... I want to reflect... Okay, this is like a weird place to go for design. But basically what I want to do is I want to reflect her hair across her design. Right? So lots of things, lots of movement, lots of things flowing, and... yeah, I don't know. It creates a specific vibe that I want to go for this character. I don't think Ella will mind if I give her Yuna sleeves. I did some silhouette design earlier, which is why I like arrived at some of these conclusions. But I like to do that stuff off stream because it's the kind of thing that is not really interesting to watch. I don't think. Maybe it is. I just don't think I make it interesting to watch. Made the command one letter. Yeah, true. I forgot to tell you, we ran out of snackies. We ran out of snackies in the guild like Monday. The guild hauls out of snackies. I'm not going to D&D Costco and buying more Capri Sun for the guild until somebody comes forward and owns up to being the person who is taking the pink Starburst and the red Starburst out of the D&D Starburst in the guild pantry. And we're not buying any more snackies until somebody comes forward and owns up to it. That's not cool, man. You go into the guild pantry. And what do you get? Yellow and orange Starburst. The occasional red. Get out of here. I know what's in the stew, but without other snackies, it's starting to look appetizing. All right. If you need the mystery stew, because the problem is the mystery stew is disgusting, and I don't recommend anyone have it. But once people have it, they yearn for it, and I can't explain it. I kind of don't want to know either as to why it happens. All right. So she's moving her arm out, or no, she's kind of like coming down. Okay, no, that's gonna look. Fabric's hard, man. Leave me alone. What a great design unit has. Starburst sounds good right now. Go get yourself some Starbursts, TNT. What are you doing? You owe it to yourself. You've worked hard all week. If you want a Starburst, you go stop by the fucking gas station and get you a Starburst. It's a Thursday, dude. Oh, shit, it's Thursday. Oh, shit, I gotta get my printer ready and stuff for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the PogChamp birthday stream, where I'm doing giveaways of prints for whenever somebody wins a sketch. You know, I'll do some other print giveaways as well. It was a little weird and like entitled to do giveaways of my own prints. Like it's like presumptuous to assume people want that. You know? Live stream, very apologetic. Who's this? Atari, welcome. This is Ella's new character. This is her new Astral Sage that we have to design for her. To draw an Astral Sage, Jesus, from scratch for Ella. And I can't screw it up. If I screw it up, then Ella will trim her bits. I don't want that. All those are the best Starburst flavors. Come on, man. You can't just have all the pink and red Starbursts, okay?
Stop thinking it's presumptuous and give us the prints art, man.
Okay, geez, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, I might do some extra prints then. All right, I'm sorry. God damn. Apologized already. All right, I can do some print giveaways tomorrow as well. What kind of prints should I do? I can do characters or maps or whatever. It's also 420. Uh-oh. Is it? Oh, no. Oh, no. The streets of Canada are going to be a mess today. It's snowing and it's 420, you're right. Well, hope Steph's having a great day. That sounds so aggressive. That was kind of aggressive. I liked it. I appreciate the 100 bits, Viddy. Thank you, dude. Bro, I've got more bits today than, like, a streamer my size is supposed to get all month. Maybe even all year. I don't know. Okay. Feels a little squished. I don't know why. Like it didn't have enough fabric underneath it. I want to do a cool pattern around the cuff of her sleeves. I don't mind that, actually. I kind of like the way that flows, then. I wish there was something flowing, like she needs a cape or a cloak or some variety to add that flowiness to her silhouette. I don't know. I don't know what, though. I did a bunch of, like, silhouette designs with everything was all very, like, flowy and, like sort of an upside-down flower. So I need to add that, rest that silhouette in. It has excitement at work, which usually doesn't mean well for the health of others. Wait, that's not good. Your work should not be exciting, right? Love saying I'm gonna draw, but everyone wants to play TFT, so BRB. All right, Thorkin. Enjoy. Good luck. Crush your friend. Destroy him. Vanquish. Or whatever you do in TFT. I don't know. I don't want to presume that. I think this might be more common to like what sages wear, is the more monk-like robes, but still don't know what kind of patterns and designs to give them. Obviously, there are patterns and designs that the sages like. It's just trying to figure out how to push that into this design is a little bit difficult. So what if we give her to cloak or no cloak? To hood or no hood? To cape? Now, I did think that it'd be cool for a lot of astral sages to wear ponchos. I don't know why. The astral poncho is something I want to design more of. I did some little silhouette designs of astral sages, and I realized they kind of had like a bit of a Ahsoka Tano silhouette that I liked. Like dark colored robes or whatever, or pants. I don't know. I don't know, man. The Astral Poncho would be cool. Yes, you did hear Astral Poncho. I don't know if Ella or if Ella's character should have one though, because it kind of covers up a lot of her design. Astral parachute pants? Sure. I mean, I don't see why not. It is important that you called it astral parachute pants, because anything the astral sage wears becomes astral. It sounds more mystical that way, which is the entire point of the sage. It's to sound mystical. Hold on. Anatomy, layer. I'm gonna clear it out as we don't want it or don't need it. As far as her sleeves go, Do the cloak first. Like, you need a poncho, but the poncho needs to, like, open so you can, like, cast. That doesn't work. That's not a poncho, then. That's not a poncho. Wait.
Hi, Brian here. VOD gave me these bits so he could apologize for the super aggressive message. Thank you for your incredible generosity of giving.
I'm giving what? Brian! Wait. Yours prints on your birthday? Always appreciate your artwork. You're the best. Banana? Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. My pleasure. You understand, though, why it feels presumptuous of me to do, like, print giveaways or something. At least tell me you understand that I'm not crazy. You didn't have to do that, Viddy, but I do appreciate the 100 bits. Thank you. It's heard me. I'm basically playing an anime Astral Magic Girl. You're playing an anime Astral Magic Girl. What do you mean, Ella? What do you mean, anime Astral Magic Girl? What do you mean, a magical girl? I'm not drawing you a magical girl. I'm trying to make a serious addition to my world from a lore perspective for you. And you just derive it down to a magical girl. Got it. Just look at Astral Goofy from Goofy Movie 2, where he is the disco scene. I don't think I've seen that, but if you don't, I'll be disappointed. Astral Trash Bags, another way of calling it, you know. I'm allowed to draw an Astral Sage. You're absolutely allowed to draw an Astral Sage. There is indeed a fan art section in the Discord. And you are 100% allowed to draw an Astral Sage. In fact, I think that'd be PogChamp. The problem is, though, that I don't have a full, maybe, like, comprehensive guide as to what it is to be an Astral Sage as far as, like, visuals. So that's what I'm trying to do, is make that. But if based on what we already have, you want to make your own, go for it. I'd love to see your character for... The thing I'm most excited for, honestly, for Eldara is to see what characters people make for the world. See people who want to make characters in the world and see what people choose as characters for the world. Because I hope the Astral Sage is cool, but I don't want the Astral Sage to be the only thing that people want to do in game. I want to try and make all the different classes and all the archetypes as interesting and unique as possible, so that being a paladin feels fresh and interesting, or being a rogue feels, you know, I want to think about class fantasy quite a bit for the individual classes. To me, that's like one of the most important things about D&D is the class fantasy that I think the D&D has sort of not really forgotten about, but just not prioritized. A lot of games don't prioritize class fantasy. I mean, like, you look at World of Warcraft and Legion, they prioritize the shit out of class fantasy. After that, your class doesn't really matter. You're just a champion, you know? You're drawing Jean Grey from X-Men? Wait, am I? What does Jean Grey look like? All I know is she has red hair. That's like all I can remember of X-Men. Jean Grey. 2 magical girls in Eldara. What's the other one? Oh. Ruin, I forgot. She's so pretty. Alright. Alright, calm down, Ella. When I get home? Fuck yeah. I'd love to see it. I mean, like, look, you know how I'll know that the Astral Sage is cool? Is if people want to make fan art of their own Astral Sage. Like, visually. I hope people want to make Astral Sages in general, but, like, visually I'll know that the Sage is cool if people are out there wanting to make their own version of the Sage or variation or whatever. Magic Girls can be serious? Yeah, true. True. After I got Dog, I did watch Yuki Yuna as a hero, because Yuna, you know? 3 more, we get an Astral Madoka Magica. There'll be no Madoka Magicking of the Astral Sages, please. I want Runer to get her head bitten off or some shit Attack on Titan style. You draw your own maps for your campaigns? I do, actually. I do, God. My maps are... Here, I'll show you an example of my maps. Do you mean like battle maps or like world maps? Because I do both. I don't do my battle maps as much because they take a lot of effort, but like here's an example of like a map for a region that I did recently. This was actually a print for last month's Patreon. So, yeah, this is the kind of map that I make. So the idea is that it shows players not like the distance between things necessarily. It's not like a calculation or a tool as a map. I like maps to be more like in-world props. Like you'd get this from an old cartography shop or something, and they would, it'd have like mistakes and errors or notes or whatever written on it. I like the imperfection and the personality behind those kind of maps. So yeah, that's mostly the kind of map that I make. I don't know if you meant like battle maps or not, but for battle maps I usually prefer to use tile sets that I can construct a map from, as opposed to painting the whole battle map. That makes sense. Can't draw when I get home. I forgot. Wait, you can't. Oh, your tablet? You don't have paper? I thought your tablet was borked. Get home at 9 and work at 6? Why don't you work normal shift? Why don't you say to the hospital, sir or madame in charge of scheduling, I think it might have slipped your busy schedule, but however, you appear to have scheduled me with not enough of a resting period. I will happily show up at 11 the next day instead. Regards, Steel Messerum. What's up, B-Town? Pick up someone else's shift? Oh, well, that was a mistake. That's where you went wrong. That's where you fucked up. Ella, how do you feel about a cloak, a cape, or a poncho? There will be an Astral Sage poncho at some point in time, and you could be kind of poncho-y and Ahsoka-y with your poncho, but I think a cloak or cape would look, honestly and unfortunately, I know Ella, a little bit cuter. Which is, let's face it, a serious concern of Ella's. This also needs to be a bit of a departure from her other characters. Because typically when Ella has a character that I make for her, it's like a giant armored paladin or some shit. She said she wanted a much more, I don't know, like delicate, spellcastery, feminine character than her typical iron boot paladin. Cloak or cape or poncho, I trust you. This is the problem. This is the problem. I just asked which of the three you wanted, and you just gave me three. Okay, see, this is the issue. Like adventuring maps where you travel along to advance. I know my dad used to play D&D. He used to hand draw everything, maps and all. Yeah, I was man, hand draw maps from back in the day. They're kind of a vibe. That's why I like to do mine by hand, like that. I don't like to use like map making software like Incarnate or whatever. I like to draw mine by hand in Photoshop, and it feels more like the adventure's, I don't know, personal or something, doesn't it? All right, Ella wanted flowy robe cape thingy. And so flowy robe cape thingy she gets. I figure what Ella wanted for her staff as well. We also design her atlas. God damn, dude, we got a lot to do today. I'm drawing like the Caponcho K. No, I'm not. I'm not ruining any of them by creating some sort of like an abomination between all of them. That's not my role in life today. I'm not here to ruin anyone's ponchos or capes or anything along those lines. feel like I'm in some ways working off of Evangeline's design. I feel like Evangeline had a similar style top. Whatever, fuck it. I don't want to... I was going to look at it just to make sure I wasn't ripping anything off the design, but this is my design. I can rip off all I want. And I don't want to, like, taint my own process by looking at something else and being inspired by, like, something I've already done, you know? I look at chat vote, so I vote Kate. It needs to be flowy. That's all. Whatever it is, I'll just make it flowy. Okay. Now, staff-wise, what would an Astral Sage's staff look like? The Astral Sage has a staff that... be very much of a walking stick vibe. With some decoration or ornamentation. I don't want it to be like a conjurer's staff with a great head on the top with, you know, swirling crystals and vines and shit. Something maybe... Oh, I have an idea. Have an idea. Okay. What if it was... Had sort of like different decorative elements across the top of it. And then like an Astral Sage rune at the very top. Nothing too large or obnoxious, maybe? Also, wait, Scarlet's a human, right? Yeah. Because sometimes I can bring in elements from other, you know, places in the world. If someone's from somewhere, like, very unique. But I think Scarlet's just from the Shattered Sea, if I'm not mistaken. I almost had enough characters from Stonemark for a couple of games anyway. And then we'll do our little Astral Sage design at the top. I don't want to be too big. Let's keep it kind of simple. Ring. Design. Jeweled element. Eldarin rune thingy. Something a little more subtle, sort of like Atiesh. Or other powerful mage staves. I don't know. I'll think on this for a little bit. Every time I look at that, all I see is... Wait, Tapon Choke? Uh-oh. Chill, Blaze. Chill. Goddamn, bro. Do you do the Sage Ring on it or not? I'm tempted to do it without the Eldari rune pieces on it. Just draw it as a ring. That's not bad. And then we can just do something along this line. Because she already has her actual stat, or her actual atlas, so she doesn't really need it. A lot of Astral Sage stuff is very ornate and kind of floral almost. Thought a really short staff looks like a mace, but actually a staff. Be fun to swing around, in my opinion. Not a serious suggestion. No, so that's actually not a bad idea, because when I was drawing Star Speaker Aurelia's original design, she had like a scepter, you know. But I feel like if we do scepter and Yuna sleeves, we're just gonna get accused of drawing Yuna from Final Fantasy X. So, yeah. Which is fine, you know, but just, can't be too obvious about it. See how this fits in, the design. That's not bad. I don't mind that. It's kind of nice, you know? Maybe something hanging from the top. Like, remember, movement is important. So as many times as we can use, like, ties, ribbons, anything like that, that sort of matches her hair. What do I need to know if I want to make an Astral Sage? We have an Astral Bubble thingy. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, your Atlas. So your Astral Atlas is your measuring tool for the cosmos. So it allows the Astral Sage to align runes within it. It has various Eldari runes and rings inside of it that sort of align with the night sky that allow you to, when you are doing your spellcasting, to sort of place your runes in the right orientation to cast or conjure whatever magic or spell you're attempting to do. So, yeah, the Atlas is an important thing. What else for Astral Sages? Let's see, the Atlas. Anywhere from a monk to a wizard as far as the vibe of clothing goes. They generally have sort of a mixture. You could say their design is almost superstitious. They have lots of little trinkets and little, like, I don't know, gadgets and devices and stuff to help them with their astronomy. You can design them more as like a scholarly astronomer, wizard type. You can design them more as like a spelunking adventurer, archaeologist type, or more as the monk meditative sort of type. And the best Astral Sage designs, I think, will incorporate all three. So, but whatever you want to draw is, I mean, it's your character. She's got a staff? Yeah, true. True. We need to figure out what element or design or thing we can do on the staff that has some movement. Like I could do some sort of like chain or whatever. Or ribbons on the staff maybe. I don't quite know yet. I think this is almost good for like the basic design before we start with like another one. I want to do like two sort of very different ones and figure out which design is better. So we're playing costume design a little bit today. And I want to take seriously each of those sort of designs. As far as like actual patterns though, won't really have a lot of time to do that. We're not really looking at pattern design right now. We'll make all this more interesting as we go. We'll just allude to some sort of design on here. Embroidery or, I don't know, other type of elements or something. Yo, Elazri, am I saying that right? Elasir. Jesus, why am I missing up letters? Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome. Honored to have you. Thank you for the follow. And then we'll give her... I don't know. I'll just indicate there is going to be some sort of texture or pattern to this, the large sort of areas of fabric. And then we'll move on to the next sort of concept here. What is that? Oh, right. Okay, we don't need any of... We're gonna merge our anatomy and our design layers as we create designs here. Don't need any of this, any of that. So we're gonna make this layer 100% and make this layer 100%. Merge down, and we'll call that design 1. All right, new design. Those are more monk-like. We're gonna do more of the wizard castery robes type design as well. We'll see which one we like more today, and we'll go with that one. That'll be Ella's character for this campaign. But I sense, though, I don't know why, I detect in some ways this campaign will go longer than I want, or that I planned, not wanted, but I need to be aware of that, I suppose. All right, flowy robes. So what when we think of flowy castery robes, what are some examples that we can sort of pull from the ether? Monk-like casters, so like the full Buddhist monk robes, things like that. Classic mages and wizards. Where's a good starting point for this? I guess I could just try and communicate like a lot of importance. I mean, like Sam was talking about earlier, the material and why you would is like a good standpoint of how they want to be perceived or whatever, or what the function is even too. Design 2, could you have her in mid-cast with spell effect on the staff? That'd be interesting, actually, yeah. Maybe we'll do... Oh, man, I kind of wanted to do one with the sword or the dagger, but I already deleted that, didn't I? Mid-cast? I mean, having characters casting spells in their, like, just general portrait, like, design portraits is, like, a bit tough because then you're introducing more emotion and action into it than is maybe useful for communication, you know? I don't know, we could try it, though. Gotta spread out for maximum effect. Yeah, true. You can cast vibes for sure. Yeah. Oh shit. What's up, Blackwater? What's going on, dude? Yeah, she is a. I mean, we have the monk. I don't know. Let's try to go like more wizard magey for this one to see, and we'll let Ella kind of pick which one she likes more for her character and see what the implications of both are. So, I want to try something. I mean, we could try the poncho. We do the poncho design. We could do the astral poncho. That or we could just draw the astral poncho over top of her design. Do like because the problem is we just cover up so much detail when we poncho. I mean, that's fine. It's just so much detail that we lose when we do the astral poncho. You know, it's not bad. It's you know, I just want to draw more belts and stuff. You know, see-through poncho, that'd be cool. Made from stars / astral. Yeah, what does astral like to weave? I don't know, but the astral weavers do it. All right, busy. Have a good night. Take it easy, and I don't know. Catch you later. Shoulder cloak poncho cuts off right around the midsection, just like what? Like that. That's not bad. That's kind of cool, actually. And I don't know why, but if you have a poncho like that, I just want the character to be wearing pants. I don't. Why do I care? I think it's for balance. But hold on, I'm just gonna do this real quick. We're gonna do an extremely quick astral poncho design. I want it to be a little bit longer. Do a very quick astral poncho. And, I don't know. Have it for our records, at the very least. Oh, it's too far. There we go. Okay. This one, let's do... We'll do shorts and high boots. We'll see what we think of this one. I guess I should do more quick designs. I already did silhouette things, but fuck it, I want to do quick designs today. Leave me alone. I'll do what I want. Put a cuff on her shorts. And we can't really show off any of her equipment or gear. We can have her dagger. On this side. Erase our anatomy layer underneath. Do a very quick little study thing here. I mean, the astral poncho's got vibes. I think it's kind of a cool design idea for the sages. Maybe I'll make the sage like, okay, so just because we're drawing Ella's sage doesn't mean we need to sort of commit to drawing all astral sages today. So maybe the astral poncho, which I've constantly been leaning towards over the last couple months, maybe they will make that like a more standard element for the astral sages. and just have some of the ones that we've drawn to date be unique or different or whatever. Tossed to the shoulder like Clint Eastwood style. That's true. Tied around her neck like a sweater in the 80s. Uh-oh. Tied around her neck like the sweater in the 80s, and we also need to have her in tennis shoes. So. Because you have a baggier element, you want more forming element to balance it out. You see a lot in general fashion. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's kind of cool. And they could be like a cool design on the poncho. Like an Astral Sage ring type thing in design on the actual cape. This is cool. I like this one. Call this one design too. Like if it's lighter sketch like this, it needs to be filled out with a little bit of tone. I like that. I don't know why I like it. I like the poncho. Poncho's definitely in style since Jedi Fallen Order. Exactly. True. She's Astral Sage Cal Kestis. Rare Absolute Territory, shorts and high boots. I'm pleased that you picked up on that. I contemplated talking about it, but I realized that if I said the word Absolute Territory on my stream, no one would know what the fuck I was talking about. The rare high boot and booty short Absolute Territory. Looks sort of Star Warsy currently. I like it. That's good. I like that. That's all we need is to give her a lightsaber now, and she's an Astral Jedi. Don't know if you saw my suggestion for inspiration. Jaina Proudmoore, Scarlet Witch, Emma Frost, Raven. Ooh. What is Jaina's like newest iteration? I like her like Lord Admiral Proudmoore. I like her most recent iterations. The purple arcane wizardy stuff from back in the day. It's charming, it's cute, but I really like the Lord Admiral Proudmoore. That's a good way to like sort of accomplish the robes while still having like sort of a more form-fitting design. That's not bad. Let's try something like that for design 3. Design 3. You misspelled design, Evan. That's good. All right, whatever. Who cares? Okay, design 3. So let's do more of the castery one that I was initially going to do for design 2. I think you were asking for inspiration earlier. If you weren't, sorry. No, I definitely was, Garthen. Thank you. Wait, am I just missing? Why am I just missing chat messages? Okay, what's wrong with my brain today? I'm like, I scroll up to like make sure I didn't miss anything, and I see like a couple messages that I just like completely ignored. There's something wrong with my brain today. Or tied around the neck like a sweater in the 80s. Okay, I got that. Caplet is another term for it. Another term for what? Sorry. The like shoulder poncho cape thingy blaze. Is that what we're talking about? I also need to do one that has some armor on it, because I think Astral Sages are going to have some steel in their clothing. Some of their like astral steel or whatever it is, whatever it's called. Okay, so try something a little bit inspired by the Lord Admiral herself, Lady Proudmoore. So she has this kind of cool, I don't know how to describe it. Coat thingy as well. Then forms into her robes. A scarf cape thingy like that, flung over the shoulder. And then we have the movement we want. Ooh, I like that actually. Very similar to the silhouette that I wanted today. If we even make like those Astral Sage sort of petals out of the bottom of her cloak. Have those designs woven in a little bit. I really do want to do more like spellcasters. That's it. In May, commissions open, but only for spellcasters. Only accepting spellcasters. Not a single paladin, not a single armored figure. Only mage robes and I don't know. I guess it's more than just mages for spellcasters. Proudmoore example is a good one of how to do armor, how to weave armor into your character as well. I do like to add that asymmetry as well. And then kind of the flowy scarf thingy. I don't know why I didn't want to do a scarf because I just went for Evangeline, but I should be taking the strongest element, the strongest design, not just what I've done recently, you know? New account. A term for a short poncho slash shoulder cape. I don't know why. I feel like I've heard that before. That 2-hour mark, stretch and save. Oh shit, you're right. I get my stretches. I get my stretches. All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna go stretch, exclamation save, and I'm gonna go quickly move my body a little bit. Because if you've been sitting for 2 hours like I have, please get up. All right, be right back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just gonna go put more ice in my water because it's basically the fires of Mountain Dew in there with no ice. So here be.
30-month sub anniversary. Hail Thar Chair.
I returned. I returned with sandwich. Sandwich and more water. All right. Actually, I'm gonna eat my sandwich for a minute. Screw this. 30-month sub? Holy shit. Jesus, L2, what the fuck? Bro. Chill. Holy shit. Thank you for considering me your prime option this month. Appreciate it, man. God damn, bro. It's a long ass time to be subbed. Thank you. Thank you, man. I'm honored. 2 hours, those are rookie numbers. Okay, you should go stretch, yeah. Well, I didn't stretch yet either. Kind of sandwich? I got turkey and salt. Yeah. Turkey and salt and pepper in a hot dog bun. So that's all. Nothing exciting. I'm slowly reintroducing carbs into my diet, and I missed it. This hot dog bun tastes amazing, and it shouldn't. I know that. But that's where I'm at. All right. What were we designing? What were we working on? Was there good mage design? Mage robes. Jaina, Scarlet Witch. Oh, Emma Frost. Yes, that's when you pointed out. Emma Frost. Isn't she wearing a poncho? Oh, no, she's a cape. That's cool, though. The Astral Cape. Ooh. I do like that design. Autumn ones are amazing. I know. I shouldn't be eating it, but whatever. Fuck it. Dude. Tomorrow, I'm going to completely ruin all progress I've made over the last couple weeks. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be glorious. Going out for dinner. Probably eating a fucking cake. Let's go, dude. The big 3-0? Yeah, jeez. Oh my god, I just realized. That's almost 3 years. What the fuck? Have I really been streaming for almost 3 years? All right. All right. I'm still dog shit at art. Amount of sandwiches showing up in D&D streams are concerning. Wait, in which D&D streams? Do you mean D&D streams in general or mine? I don't know, man. I'm really liking the first one we did. Kind of want to develop it out a little bit more. I like the more monk-like. I don't feel like the castery type is the right vibe to go for, you know? I feel like the monk style is the better. I might be getting this wrong, but I feel like I gotta go with my gut on this one. This is, after all, an Ella Blackwood character, so if I screw this up, I don't know what the consequences are, but the consequences are dire. They're grave. If I make a bad Ella Blackwood character, the mods will rise up. They'll usurp. I'll get myself some cake tomorrow too. That's right. Everybody's allowed to get cake tomorrow. If you know what, since it's my birthday, I just want to give everyone the opportunity tomorrow. I'm going to allow everyone to take the day off. So if you're planning on going to work or doing anything difficult tomorrow, let them know I said it was okay. You know, you can take the day off. You can relax. You can get some snackies. You know, it's all good. Yeah. Tell them I don't mind. Okay. Maybe some kind of like...
Can
How do
I
we
have
increase
that
our metal?
in writing, please, with your business letterhead, Kappa?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Blank gets the day off because it's sure my birthday. Yeah. EBA CEO BDes Eldara signed Evan Blair Art. There you go. All right. Yeah, you can screenshot it. Let them know. Let them know. Let's put your name in there. Work, school, classes, whatever it is, man. Just take the day off. You guys deserve it. You deserve it. You worked hard this week. You know, we all have plans of eating cake and doing absolutely nothing productive. Not nothing productive, but just like mostly nothing productive. If we tried that, like the Astral Sage armor type thing. What if it was like skin tight? Almost. Let's try it. See if it looks good. See if we like it. Kind of dig it. Not gonna lie. I don't mind it. Indie sandwich meta making bomb out sandwiches. Wait, what? Oh, last couple of weeks I got introduced to CJ streams, and now he has a sandwich segment of the stream, and a handful of others have picked it up. It feels like a meta? Really? Oh, shit, okay. Alright, I'm down with the sandwich meta. I do offer my players in-game sandwiches quite often, but they don't ever take it. Nope. I always want to go out and find some sort of skewered roast meat. So I don't blame him though. One of my players actually spent a substantial portion of their gold on spices for cooking. Which I kind of like, the commitment. They want to know that they're cooking good food. And so every time they go to a new market or whatever, they always ask, hey, can I stop by? Is there any, like, exotic spice vendor? I tried to see if one time they were okay spending their entire gold hoard they just got from a treasure run thingy, and they almost did. They're very close to spending like 200 gold on some spices. First Pokemon Scarlet and Violet now? Uh-oh. Why do we sell so much food on a stick? Because we live in a fantasy setting, son. Now go back to keeping an eye out for the dragon or sketchy looking protagonists? Yeah. Don't want them knocking over their card, after all. I do feel like there is an undervaluing of describing food in your setting that a lot of GMs put forward. I love describing food in my setting. If I can make my players hungry out of game, that is a job well done. Sometimes Ella will rage bacon. I'll like describe like breakfast at the inn or whatever in a way that she'll just like in a fit of rage go make bacon downstairs while we're playing D&D. And like I don't know how rage bacon tastes because I don't get any. But I wonder if it's made, you know, it's like making cookies with love. Make bacon with rage. Somehow tastes better. Not touched Scarlet and Violet yet. Last Pokemon game I played was Shield. Really? Scarlet and Violet were good. I like them. They're fun. If you've been feeling the call, Blaze, I think you'd enjoy it. I feel like maybe just the shoulder piece is better. Problem is also trying to design a sage that looks like they're a low-level adventure as well is hard. Because like whenever you want to draw a character, you want to draw it like at a higher level, so it has all their like cool abilities and trinkets and items and weapons and stuff. But I feel like there's something charming about drawing shitty low-level characters. Like I kind of want to take at some point in time a commission for like a level 1 character that looks like a level 1 character. Every time somebody offers me a chance to draw their character, it's always like I have this like level 12 rogue that I've been playing for the last 8 years, and he's the prince of the Under Kingdom, and inherited that title from the Moon Priestess, whose dominion over the Under Kingdom was extended via conquering of the Southern Plains, and now my character holds 3 titles of Lord of the Southern Plains, Rule of the Under Kingdom, and Moon Priestess Betrothed. Can you please draw it? And I'm like, sure, got it. Sounds like a character. But I never have someone say like, hey man, new campaign, want to get a character commission done. She's like a level 1 rogue. Yep. Level 1 rogue, dagger. Maybe 2. little extra dagger there, you know. That's it. I want to do some like reasonable characters at some point. What would our Atlas look like? We need other Atlas designs in here so that we can paint a good picture as to what all the different astral Atlasi can look like. I do worry about players getting like separated from their atlases. How much of a problem that's going to be. Because like it just floats around you, but from a D&D perspective, I feel like that draws a lot of attention. Maybe not in Eldara. Maybe it would draw a lot of attention in like a different D&D game or different D&D world. Maybe not in Eldara. Okay, so other ones have looked like... Oh, they have like daggers on them. That's right. Roses look like... Wait. Malaya's. Right, I made Malaya's like a lot bigger. Ooh, I like that more. Let's do that with hers. Just have that like kind of like knife daggery type thing sticking off the top. Remember I did that to add this like level of dangerosity to the sage. At that point,
hey guys, sorry I'm late. No problem though, because we're probably not at the art. Oh, Kappa.
What do you mean? I've been at the art for the entire stream, Guapo. I've been productive today. What do you mean late? Yeah, thanks not a bed, Guapo. I appreciate it. So impressive, Nodders, yeah. That's it. Time to talk about D&D Reddit for the next 3 hours instead of drawing. That's cool. I like that. We're little side sections here. You put those on. My curiosity with the Atlas, though, is whether or not to give them personality. Basically, is there a world where the Astral Atlas sasses back to you? It is a Pokestabby, yes. Maybe an Astral Sage can still cast spells without the Atlas, but it takes longer to cast spells. Jesus. Attacks are disadvantaged and saves are made with advantage. That's a good idea. Lore-wise, I don't know how to make that work, because like either you need the Atlas or you don't. What I was thinking about is that maybe cantrips are easy to cast spells, but like you need your Atlas for like alignment spells, maybe? Like proper like big spells. Because your basic turn-to-turn spell casting is going to be cantrip. And I don't think you need your Atlas for that. Some of the best progress we've seen in the first half of a stream, to be honest. Thanks, Papo. I appreciate the confidence vote. Couldn't leave Blaze here to mod alone? Yeah, true. Now leave Guapo to mod alone as I run to grab food. No, there doesn't actually need to ever be a mod here. You guys worry too much about that. It's not like my chat's getting just overrun constantly by emote spams, L underscores, Keck W's, and bots asking if I want to buy followers. Actually, we don't really get that many bots in here anymore because so many of the terms got added to the blocked list by the mods. They did a really good job of it. So chat here, some here too? Alright, alright. Alright, you guys do too much, man. I'm unworthy of my mods. They try way too hard for me. Y'all can just chill, man. You guys can just relax. This is too big on the bottom, I think. There's too much going on the bottom side of this. I grab Sutra, so I shall help Guapo. Alright, you can stand against the legionist armies of absolutely nothing. My mods are always like so concerned with like protecting the stream, making sure it's like safe and happy for everyone to hang out in. Meanwhile, the worst thing that ever happens to it is someone makes a dad joke and I accidentally read it. That's like I always feel bad. That's just Keck W at you. I will. I mean, look, at some point in time, I want to be able to farm Keck W's, Garthan. So yeah, I appreciate it. VD kind of sus, really. Man, descent within Fishy's mod ranks. Holy shit. Now, inside the Atlas, I kind of like the simplicity of Malaya's Atlas, but Rose's Atlas is kind of cool too. What do you guys like more? I think... Maybe a combination of both, you know? It's one of our Astral Sage rings. Put one of those in there. Grab this, and we'll place it in there. We'll just assemble a whole bunch of Astral Sage looking dumb shit in here. I need like a center point here to have everything revolving around. Some kind of like gem or jewel or whatever. Okay. And I did like the idea of having the small floating little gems around. It's all kind of like orbiting in there. And the various rings are important too. But the variety of sizes and styles makes each one unique. Yeah, I kind of want them to feel that way. So I suppose I shouldn't ever really like nail down a definitive, this is what a Alice should look like, you know? Viddy's sus. Viddy's an imposter among us. We need to vote out Viddy. You vote Viddy. You vote Viddy? Is it impressive that I still haven't played a single game of Among Us in my life? I've never played it. That's either impressive or disappointing. It's impressive to somebody and disappointing to somebody else, I know. At least that much. Why is it snapping? What is it snapping to? Lily played Among Us for the first time since 2020 last week? Really? What do you mean since 2020? You haven't been playing Among Us? Maybe you need friends to play Among Us with. That's the problem. I had a large group of my friends that all played Among Us, and they wanted Ella and I to come play, but I just couldn't take the game seriously, man. I don't know what it was about it. Like, no shade on it or anything like that, but I'd hear the way they talk about it, and I'm just like, that would be fun for, like, one round, wouldn't it? Like, how do you play, like, Among Us for, like, 6 hours or whatever? Especially with the same group of people. Alright. Astral Atlas. I'm gonna do one of our Astral Leaf designs on here instead. More sages. Then inside, what do we do inside? Add more variation to it. When I played it, but I have no friends. You wait, you've still never played it, but you also have no friends. Yo, you should start playing World of Warcraft like the rest of us then. All right. I mean, to be fair, I don't have Warcraft installed. To be fair, I don't have any games installed. I installed everything except for Minecraft because I played that with Elle occasionally. But I like purge myself. Fun for 1 or 2 rounds is a good summary. How do people play for 6 hours? Don't need friends with open lobbies? Oh, really? You can play with strangers? Now played Among Us, but I've watched a good amount of Disguised Toast and Sykkuno and friends play. Yeah, OTV like grew a lot with Among Us, right? I find streamer growth like on the large like mega streamer end really interesting. How they can like join in on one meta on one game and then suddenly you know, suddenly they're playing, I don't know. They're playing like other games or whatever. They know how to like transition their content really well. Just give her leggings. Let's do that. Just fill all that in. Like a black starry pattern or something. Be kind of cool. For boots, though, I kind of want to add some serious metallic elements onto it. Almost like armor or whatever, if we can. After you figure out the meta, it gets really frustrating. What's the, like, you mean, is there like a general meta, or do you mean a meta for, like, per group kind of thing? Toast on the Mega Grind, it was kind of amazing to watch him play with OTV and eventually play with AOC. OTV is offline TV What's AOC? If you're right into my stream, I will introduce you as a dude with awesome ideas that draws all his wife's D&D characters. Look, that's not untrue, but you know, you don't have to say it aloud. You don't tell everybody that's all I do. I mean, come on, man. Let me enjoy it. I don't get to draw a ton of LS characters for her. I've only drawn like 4. Of all the characters I've drawn, that's not a lot. Alright. Hey, come on, man. What you got out for me? Let me just draw my dumb D&D characters to my wife and... and enjoy it. I need another pattern brush. Let's make a pattern brush for this. Let's make a pattern brush real quick. Okay, here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez user. Oh, okay. So that's what I thought when you said AOC, but I was like, wait, is this a content org that I'm not aware of? Oh, that was like big news, wasn't it? There's like a bunch of politicians that were playing fucking Among Us or whatever. I mean, sure, man. Connect with those fellow kids. Hello, fellow kids. I am here to play Among Us with you. Next, you're going to have fucking Joe Biden playing Call of Duty, and Ted Cruz is going to be playing fucking Minecraft with the Zoomers. That also was not an invitation for anyone to start fucking raging. Every time I, like, list a bunch of American politicians I know, somebody inevitably is just like, I need to give my opinion on this. I assure you, that is not the intent. You gonna DeFi this one too? If I get 1,000 subs by the end of the week, I'll DeFi this one, and then I'll draw another one. There you go. Every time I hit 1,000 subs, you can DeFi one of Ella's other characters. It's only ever happened once. I've only ever been in 1,000 subs once, so you guys have only DeFi'd one of Ella's characters. Okay, I have an idea for how this pattern brush is going to look. I don't know if it's going to turn out, though. The details might be too small in it. So I'm trying to, like, make it a little bit more...
I mean, we never know. Trudeau could put on a mean game of Call of Cthulhu Kappa.
That's true, man. That's true. He could be playing Call of Cthulhu and, like, Arkham and shit with the boys. I bet she's a Valorant player. That was funny. I don't know. I just every time I bring up anything to do with like an individual in the public light and make a joke at like the expense of somebody in politics or whatever, there's just always like a first message from somebody being like, "Did you know that in 2013?" I'm like, "No, shut up. I don't care." I just have to like jump
Trudeau
on that first.
Needs to put on a mean game of Call Me, Baby.
Yeah, okay, dude. Alright. Quit thirsting after my prime minister, please. As the leader of our country. Not for thirsting. He doesn't even have an Instagram anymore. I guess I don't think. I don't know. It's weird when politicians try and act like real people and they have like Instagrams and shit. I don't know. This whole, like, playing Among Us and playing video games feels very Hello Kids to me. Or Hello Fellow Kids to me. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just on guard after the great, Among Us craze of 2020. It was only 2020, right? Among Us was, like, after COVID. Was Among Us part of the COVID patch, or was it pre-COVID patch? It was 2020, right? That's why everyone started playing it, because they don't know anything better to do. Besides, like, complain about Netflix. Alright, we're making brush out of this. Define brush preset. We're gonna call it nothing for now. And, ooh, wait, that. Here we go. Now we're gonna go to our panel here and turn this wannabe brush into a real brush. So we're gonna space it out. We're gonna have the direction of it, the angle jitter, under direction. Space it a little bit more. It's kind of connected. Doesn't really work. We'll space it out even more so they're all separated. Perfect. And then we will set this as a new brush preset. We'll call this Scarlet Pattern. I like to name them after the character that I initially did the pattern brush for. And so now I'm like, oh. Aha. Ooh. Evan, your Photoshop voodoo is top. Absolute top. You know how to cheaty pants Photoshop like no one else. I know. I know. You have to get good at cheaty pantsing Photoshop when you're not actually good at art. So, that's why I'm here. Maybe heavy patterns is going to be a part of the Astral Stages. Part of the Plague Patch, was it? Hard Stuck Silver, yeah. It's rough for Canada. Then AI voices of Biden and Trump playing together. Stupid and funny and terrifying. Yeah, I saw one that was like, on Asmongold stream, it was like a bunch of the previous presidents all playing like fucking Fortnite or something. Pretty funny. I've been during COVID patch. It existed before. Saw huge growth during COVID patch. Yeah, because of Soda Poppin', right? He was the man that popularized Among Us. Soda doesn't get enough credit for being basically the reason Twitch is what it is. Like a couple streamers, man, have like all the credit for that shit. And the younger generation, the new streamers, they just don't know. They just go live and have no idea. You say to them like, "Oh, Soda Popper," and they're like, "Oh, that guy that likes occasionally streams and is dating a PNG." You're like, "No, dude." Soda Poppin', like one of the guys that made Twitch what it is. Or like Summit, or I don't know, Recful or some shit. It was hilarious. I kind of like them. Most was created before the COVID patch. Popular. Like brush creation is one of Evan's favorite parts of stream. Why is it one of my favorite parts of stream? Is it just because I get to cheaty pants something? I like my pattern brushes, dude. You take away my pattern brushes from me, I won't have anything left in life. I'll just be a bitter old man talking about hockey or some shit. I don't know what bitter old men talk about. I'm assuming hockey because I'm Canadian. Yo, imagine being an old person not playing video games. Like, what do you talk about? You're like, hello fellow old person. How's the weather? Like, what the fuck are you talking about with your bros? You're not all playing like an MMO together or some shit. I don't get it. We're gonna be way more fun when we're old than our parents or previous generations. We're just gonna be fucking playing video games, playing like our boomer video games like Age of Empires and shit, Dungeons and Dragons. Retirement home D&D games in like 20 years are gonna be serious. They messed up my Shamrock Shake at McDonald's, so I got two. What's a Shamrock Shake? Is it just green? Well, bonus Shamrock Shake. There you go. Seems like a process you enjoy. It's all cool to see. I mean, I just think it's fun. It's because it's like, it's very satisfying, you know, when you make a brush and then you get to see it and it looks good. It's mostly just for clothing patterns though. It lets you do stuff that's like very hard to actually paint. I think as soon as you turn 70, you instantly develop a liking for Yahtzee Olge. Really? Damn. Parents are close, bro. I'm turning 33 this year. My parents gotta be ancient. You ever had a Shamrock Shake? Are those a US thing only thing? I think so. Let's see. McDonald's Canada. You said McDonald's, right? Yeah. No, I don't want to order. McDonald's Canada. Block. Menu. Is it under beverages or McCafe? Oh, desserts and shakes. So in Canada, you can get a Shamrock Shake. There you go. They're in Canada. Chocolate triple thick milkshake, vanilla triple thick milkshake, Shamrock Shake isn't triple thick. What is this? What is this bullshit here? Why does chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla get to be triple thick, but the Shamrock Shake is just it's just nothing. It's just holy shit. Must be good. What the fuck? Limited time only. All right, PogChamp. Probably won't get a chance to try one, but if they're still around this summer, I'll definitely try one. Why not? I like mint, I like chocolate. I wouldn't drink a whole thing, but I'll try it. Shamrock Shakes? Yeah. Are they year-round for you guys? Doesn't need to be triple thick to be better than the other two. What do you have against the vanilla shake? What did a vanilla shake ever do to you? Were you like little baby Viddy was like in 7th grade being like, I'm gonna use my Lord of D and my Flute of Summoning Dragon to summon a blue eyes white dragon face up in attack position, attacking your summoned skull. And then the Shamrock or the fucking the strawberry milkshake comes by and just kicks over his cards, just like fucking nerd. And ever since then, did like the Arthur fist clench meme. Strawberry milkshake. There's like voice cracks and shit. Now he only goes for Shamrock Shake. Is that what happened? What did Shamrock or the Shamrock Shake ever do for you to earn the title of being just blatantly better than the other two? All right. I'm just concerned, you know. Not even for the shakes at this point. Okay, patterning. Wait, I was gonna do some metal stuff. Ooh, that's right. Metal. How to use decorative metal elements to improve thighs. A video. What's up, YouTube? This is my first video. I'm Evan Blur Art. I am recording this during my live stream to answer the very important question of how to improve thighs with metal jewelry and character designs. Let's go. Wait, that's an awful first video. Never mind. That's an awful one. Let's do like kind of a cool silvery hold up. I have an idea. We're gonna do some Astral Sage looking stuff. Got the rest right though? Really? Okay, good. Alright, nice. Well, good to know that you had a dragon deck when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, like all of us. Good to know that you started with starter deck Yugi, not starter deck Kaiba. Or no, sorry, Kaiba, not Yugi. What did starter deck Yugi even come with it? It was like some bad, mediocre magic spells. Starter deck Yugi couldn't win against starter deck Kaiba, I don't think. Except I think it had the Celtic Warrior or whatever in it, which was like the most powerful 4-star monster. I don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what I'm talking about. I need Ashley. Oh, shit, Ashley's here. Can I teach Evan Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, fuck. Can I still use my Flute of Summoning Dragon with my Lord of D to summon my Serpent Knight Dragon face down in attack position? It has been a long time since I played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I played the shit out of Yu-Gi-Oh when I was young. I stopped playing it when I decided to waste all my money on Magic instead. And the reason I decided to waste all my money on Magic instead of Yu-Gi-Oh was because Yu-Gi-Oh booster packs were more expensive than Magic booster packs, and you got more in Magic because you always got a rare in Magic. In Yu-Gi-Oh, sometimes you get just like a rare. You didn't get like a super rare or an ultra rare or a secret rare. And I raged because if I didn't get at least a shiny picture, so at least a super rare, I felt like I got ripped the fuck off. And those 7-Eleven packs were like $8. Okay? You had to pay $8 Canadian in 2003 or whatever for a fucking package of Yu-Gi-Oh cards from 7-Eleven. It was a rip-off, okay? I would skip lunches to buy Yu-Gi-Oh packs when I was in junior high school. And I said, fuck this shit. $5 and I can get a Magic booster pack and be guaranteed a rare? Oh, hell yeah. If I draw your baby girl Mara, someday I can draw a comic and traumatize her. Don't traumatize your character, Gabby. She deserves to be happy. But also, that'd be a good story. Started with Elemental Heroes and moved into Junk Synchros. And then Frog Arch were my competitive deck. Okay, that's after my time. The last competitive deck that I had for Yu-Gi-Oh! And competitive is a relative term when you're a kid, was a Magnet Warrior deck. Right? That was what they were? Magnet Warriors? Magnet Warriors that had a Jinzo. That's right. I owned a Jinzo. Ha. I traded up for him. I wish I still had those cards. The only Yu-Gi-Oh cards I still have, I think, are a Serpent Knight Dragon, a Legend of Blue Eyes, a starter deck Kaiba Blue Eyes, and the original release of the God cards. I think that's it. I only have like 5 or 6 cards anymore. I miss them, man. Well, that's not true. I bought Ella some Yu-Gi-Oh cards for Christmas because I bought her a whole bunch of different cards for... Oh no, it's her birthday. I think I got her a bunch of random assortments of different cards from different trading card games because she loves that shit. And part of that was some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And she got this card that was like $100 or whatever. So now she's holding on to it for the investment opportunities. She's going to sell that card in 50 years for $4,000. Was under the impression Yu-Gi-Oh was always cheaper than Magic? I only play Yu-Gi-Oh? No, I mean, like, here's the thing. Yu-Gi-Oh, you got 5 cards in your pack, and you basically were guaranteed an uncommon. But Magic, you got, like, 12 cards in your pack, and you always got a rare. I'm just saying, man. 12 cards versus 5. Guaranteed rare, uncommon. That's all I'll say. I know it's different now. I know Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you can get like the Ultra Pepega 9000 collectible box booster champion thingy. But back in the day, man, it was not the case when I was buying cards. I really miss opening cards, to be honest. I really do. The allure wore off for me after working the game store for so long, but now that it's like been enough time, I've like emotionally recovered. from working in the game store that I feel like I miss it again. Some people would apply to work at the game store because they're just like, I don't know, man. I just love sorting and organizing and playing and opening booster packs. Because they'd find out that when a new Magic set comes out, we'd open like 20, 30 boxes of that set for our like singles. And they'd be like, you get to just open packs all day before a set release? I'm like, yeah. Wow. And then you just have to like, what? You get to sort them away into like a fresh binder? I'm like, yeah. They're like, I want to work at the game store. And then occasionally one of them would get a job at the game store. And then it'd be like, all right, kids, your first release. That's right. This is Return of Ravnica. So you have 30 boxes to open today. And can you get all of them sorted into piles of what the card is alphabetically? You don't need to put them in the binders today, but you just need to get them all sorted alphabetically. And I'll put in the same pile. Okay. Foils in this pile. And rare and mythic foils in sleeves and another pile. They're like, wow, I get to just open cards all day? Yup. That's right, kid. You get to open cards all day long. Wow, this is the best job ever. By 2 p.m. and pack like 700, they're like, hey, do you wanna take over? Is there anything else? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything like garbages need taken out? Nope, did them. Any customers need help? Nope, I got it. Are you sure? Are you sure, Evan? You don't want to trade off and open some packs for a little while? It's fun. No, it isn't. And you know it's true. Adding magical girl trinkets to the magical girl. I choose to refrain from answering that. You is definitely not cheaper than Magic. I think I still have the eye to be able to tell a tampered fake pack from a real one. Oh yeah, 100%. No, so like, validation of like booster packs and singles was like something you had to do. Like the most expensive purchase I ever made for the store was around $125,000, I think. And it was like multiple power nines. Like I had to like verify like the like authenticate like multiple Black Lotuses and stuff in part of this trade or whatever. And I spent like 3 days doing that and doing like research and diving into forums to see what new like, because the problem is counterfeits from China were like a big thing. They were just starting to be a big thing at that time, where they were really good and you couldn't tell unless you had like a really good like magnifying lens or whatever, and you knew how they were counterfeiting, and you have to know how cards weather and how people will clip or cut or color in or whatever, or Sharpie cards. You have to have a very good eye for buying very expensive cards. It's not something you just get to do when you get, you know, first start working at the card shop or whatever. I have probably bought for the store's behalf like millions in cards over, you know, you just buy and sell and trade like unreasonable quantities and cash dollar values in cards, you know. What that's worth today, I don't know. It's probably higher, but I totally probably still have the eye for that, because you just don't. I mean, like, maybe if there's like the only thing I would worry about is if there was like a new form of printing that like invalidates a certain authentication process that you have to like be aware of. That'd be the only thing that would be very concerning for me. Burger and fries. You got a burger? All right, burger. Enjoy your burger. I would kill for a burger. How am I making fun of your job, Ashley? What do you mean? What do you mean? How am I making fun of your job? Opening cards for a living? What are you talking about? I'm making fun of my job, bro. Your job is insulting people who redeem channel points for it. What are you talking about? What are you... What are you talking about, Ashley? What is this shit? I wish I still had all my Magic cards and everything. I certainly don't. I got rid of almost all of them. I sold them for important life things, which I think I'm glad I did. You know, everyone can like look at like a very expensive card and be like, oh no, I sold my Mox Sapphire for $1,000 and now they're worth $10,000, and if I kept it till today, I could sell it for probably $6,000. But instead of having a Mox Sapphire, for instance, because I had at one point in time owned every Power 9, every reserve list card, whatever. Instead of owning that Mox Sapphire and like maybe a couple other Moxes, I got to know what it was like to be 22 years old and on a trip to Japan with my fiance. It's like, and as I grow older, I appreciate that more. I appreciate the memory of things that we did more than I think I'd appreciate holding cardboard. The only thing that really stings is my Black Lotus. I didn't want to sell it. That was the only thing that I didn't want to sell. But we had a rough time. We had a rough patch, and you know, financially when we were young, and I sold it so that we could get through it, which is like, you know, you can't regret it, but that's the one thing that stings a lot because those cards are just unobtainable now for somebody like me, unless you just have an incredible income. It wasn't like a beta mock or beta Black Lotus or anything. It was just it was a perfect. It was pristine. It was like easily an 8, a 9 maybe. And I was so happy when I bought it because I never thought I'd own a Black Lotus. And I sold it, and that's the only thing that stings. Everything else I don't care about. Every other card that I had that I sold, I don't care about as much because I start to recognize and appreciate the things that Ella and I were able to do and the memories we were able to create. And I think that when I'm like in the elder years of my life, I won't necessarily care about having expensive cardboard, but I'll be very glad I knew what it was like to be 22 years old and in Japan with your fiance with like freedom. You know, that meant a lot more to me. Lands cost you more Magic? Yeah, true. I don't know what meta Magic decks are now because who plays competitive Magic? Am I right? Fucking Wizard of the Coast ensured that no one wanted to play competitive Magic ever again. So I don't know what a meta Magic deck costs now, but it's probably a lot still. Specific decks can be expensive, but Konami's been amazing at killing the secondary market because they don't profit off of it. The different cards at over 100 the moment its pack stops selling. Oh, really? That's like, I have mixed opinions about that. I think that it's good they keep the game playable, but I think ultimately having an investor market in the card games is a large. It's like, to me, it's the difference between having content in an MMO that's like new release content versus content in an MMO that you can go back and do, like transmog farming or like old ultimates or whatever. I think making sure the investor market is happy with your card game is, I think, a really important thing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, look, they made a decision they say they don't give a shit about, but I also like the way that like Weiss plays it, where they have like special editions of cards and whatnot, and Magic's starting to do that as well. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh! Does, but it's definitely a different choice. Pokemon does that too. I love card games, man. I fucking love it. I wish I had the disposable income to buy like a collector's box of like every Magic set. That'd be fucking sick. The last time I got a collector's box was Kamigawa, and that was like one of the best days. That was like last year around this time. But the meta Magic was throwing your cards in the dump right now. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. People are mad at Wizards. But they have changed their printing. Yeah, they have changed their printing so that they're gonna be printing less of the collector's boxes now, and that means that the value is gonna stay or solidify, which is good. I'm glad they're doing that. Regardless of what other card games does, if Magic displeases the investors, they lose the vast majority of people who spend money on their card games. All the whales are investors. An individual person spends $3 on a booster pack at their Dollarama and then goes home and plays with their fucking foil shiny premium waifu Avacyn card. But the investors are the ones that buy like pallets or cases. So I think you keep them happy right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Investor market is rarity. Ash Blossom and Ultimate Secret Starlight Rare is $1 billion. Ash Blossom reprint is a common, and Structure Deck is $7. Ash, okay, let me look at this. eBay. Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom Secret. That was the first one. Ash Blossom. Wait, Secret. That's only $15. I need to know what this card is. What is the high nut of Yu-Gi-Oh cards? What is the nuttiest nut that every squirrel is after? Ash Blossom. What did you say? Secret.
I enjoy
Starlight.
listening to your stories, Evan. I think you've had an interesting life, Roo Sip.
Thanks, man. Ooh, holy shit. That's 600 bits. I appreciate that. They will not go towards buying an Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring, Starlight Secret, Prismatic Rare, though. Also, lollies. Ugh. Oh, it's in Korean, man. Nobody wants an Ash Blossom in Korean. No one speaks fucking Korean. Get out of here, man. Where's my English Ash Blossom? Ash Blossom. No, these don't count. These are the lesser one. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I have lived a lot of life compared to a lot of people that I hang out with, because I feel like most people I hang out with are in their 20s. I don't have a ton of friends around their 30s like me that still talk, because you know what happened with all my friends? It's kind of sad. It doesn't mean to be sad. It's going to sound like a bummer, but it isn't intended, nor is it an actual bummer. But all my friends who are like my age became lame. They just like got mortgages and got sad, and then got married and got sadder, and then like maybe had a kid and now have to work at a job that they're even sadder by. I don't have any friends that are like in their 30s. Well, I have a couple. I don't have many friends, let me say that, in their 30s that are just like thriving, you know? Oh, it's the card Ella got. Ella has one of these. It's so cool. It's like a Gundam, but you can't see it for some reason. That's what she got when she pulled her pack. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I feel like I've like already had an entire career phase in my life, and you know, I went to school. I worked at Best Buy during that time. I worked at the game store after. Worked as a freelance illustrator during that time. Then worked as a graphic designer for the store, and then went freelance for a while. I've been not all around the world, but I've traveled a lot, I feel like. I've been very fortunate and very lucky to travel. It was a huge priority for Elle and I when we were growing up as young adults, because we recognized that it's the kind of thing that's like harder as you get older. We've been to Asia. We've never been to really Europe. We've done a lot of cool stuff, I think. And it's like, then most of my friends now are like 25 years old and like just graduated, and I don't know. I'm told that it sounds like I was told once before, somebody said, Evan, you don't sound like any other 26-year-old I know. I was like, what? I'm not 26. I'm like, what do you mean? Are you younger? Are you only like 22? Are you 23? No, I'm just fat. That's what makes me look younger. I'm like 30, bro. Chill. I'm worried that as I lose weight, I'm gonna look old. It's okay. It's a trade-off. Maybe I'll grow a beard. I don't know if I can grow a beard, though. I really miss travel. It was like the thing that I felt like kept Ella and I the most sane, you know? The thing that made us the most happy is being able to go see something, going on an adventure every year. We will return one day. We're in work mode. We're both in very dedicated, focused work mode right now. Kind of want to use like a black and white scheme for her. Like for Astral Sages, I kind of want to do like that contrast of black and white clothing. But Ella said she saw her character in more like purples and like deep colors and blues and stuff. I gotta be disappointed with my entire dollar put towards a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Yeah. I still got distracted, but is that a Cat Girl shirt? Oh, this is a Cat Girl shirt. Yeah, this is literally the Cat Girl shirt. Oh, it doesn't say it. Can't see it. It does say Cat Girls. I will say that there is going to be on ideally if things go right, on May 3rd, my first actual serious merch line that I will have new stream shirts to wear. and I'm pogging over it if I can get things together in time. I might have to delay the anniversary stream, though, by a couple of days. I don't know. But I hope everything's ready in time. Dragon Harpy shirt is on the way. What is your Dragon Harpy shirt? Where'd you get a Dragon Harpy shirt, and where can I get one? I need new shirts, man. Now that I can actually buy clothing again, I feel like I need to start looking better for stream. I come stream every day looking like scraggly ass EBA. I'm not allowed to wear my fun shirts on stream, so they'll just make fun of me and say I'm old. I wear my Zoomer gear. I had like a Drake hoodie with the dumb little like owl on it. I don't know if that's still popular with Zoomers. Big Ad Women's Day merch. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, she has like merch drops or whatever. I like that. It's very creatory. Now, we need to identify what the important features of this character's belt are going to be. What important implements would she have on her belt? Tucked in, perhaps, a dagger? We can go to Rosa and, like, get some inspiration for the kind of things Rosa wears. Because Rosa has her, like, these implements are both, like, Astral Sage tools for astronomy. This one as well. These three. And this has, like, the sort of Astral Sage, like, design motif on it for Eldara. That's actually... So this right here, in case anyone was unaware, this right here is actually one of the most important things I've ever drawn. And just nobody will know. Nobody will ever know until one day somebody knows. And then this is, like... They'll be like, oh, he drew that years before on Rosa's satchel. He thought so far ahead into the future. That is if I'm still streaming in 3 years, or if I get laughed off the fucking platform for just drawing cat girls all day. That is a concern too. Always a possibility. Okay, let's do. For focus, the focus is usually always the Atlas. So makes you feel any better? I'm about to hit Japan in old, worn-out shirts and just cargo shorts because I'm very fashion conscious. You know, honestly, one of my like advice tips for Japan is always dress slightly nicer than you should or than you think you need to. So, like, exchange those cargo shorts for, like, some chino shorts or something. And then get a couple of, like, nice shirts that you can, like, button up and tuck into your shorts or whatever. You get treated way better in Japan. Like, I'm not kidding. You get treated way better in Japan when you dress better. It is... Because there's so many... Like, the thing to see in Japan all the time is the Americans that come over... I mean, Canadians, too. The Americans... They're North Americans that come over wearing, like, North American clothes. And you stick out like a sore fucking thumb. Everybody's like, ugh, foreigners, you know? But I even had this explained to me by an old Japanese woman running a bar, where she was like, wow, you look so put together. You must have a good job. And I was like, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I'm a graphic designer. And she was like, wow, well, you look like you could be working at a nice company. I bet your wife is very pretty. And I was like, she is, but, you know? And she didn't really complain, but just said, she's like, wow, Americans tend to wear, or other Americans who think she thought I was American, tend to wear such, like, loud clothing or such messy clothing, but it's very nice to see an American come over that looks very tidy. And I was like, huh. Like, I would wear, here's what I look like when I go to Japan. My look for Japan is like, imagine a fat version of this guy. And you get treated so much better. You get treated so much better. It's not even funny. You know, when you see like You see like a bunch of Americans waddling through Akiba wearing like a Baby Yoda hat and like bright green Demon Slayer hoodies and like fucking baggy pants with chains and shit on it, and everybody's giving them weird looks. You know, hey, listen, if that's you, go be you. But it is funny that I did notice that when I started trying to dress like I was going on my way to a yacht party or from a yacht party at all times in Japan, I got treated better. I don't know if anyone cares to actually do that when they go to Japan, to like try and dress nicer. If they give a shit about what the Japanese people think of them. But I just think that it was a more pleasant experience. People were more willing to interact with me, I found. It was like it makes you more approachable, I think, because you look like you fit into their sort of model a little bit easier. So you're more approachable. That's my intuition, is that when you look like you fit in more, you are more approachable and more relatable or something. But, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm not judging anyone for wearing anything in Japan, but it's like, if you were thinking about getting a new pair of shorts anyway, or whatever, you know. Go to Japan, wear suits. I mean, unironically, you could walk around Ginza wearing a suit, and everybody think that you work at a fancy company. You know, like, not even kidding. Ginza suit day is a vibe. You don't mind if I ever have to go to Japan for reasons? Yeah, no, look, I've been told before that's like, oh, Evan, that's so shallow. What do you, like, if they can't accept the way we dress, then that's their problem. And the way I've always thought about it is, you're right, and that you're absolutely right. It is their problem if they can't accept the way that we dress. If you want to wear your bright green Demon Slayer hoodie to Japan with your, you know, Inuyasha sword-shaped bag and your Baby Yoda hat, like, you do whatever you want, man. Like, that doesn't make you any different or lesser than everyone else, but Japan's not America. Individuality and that kind of expression of yourself does not always make people comfortable like it does in America. You're like an individual, cool art student snowflake, and you wear your whatever hoodies here. You are unique and you're your own person, and that's like cool. But it's not the case in Japan, and I totally found a difference of when I would like wear graphic tees and like baggy clothes and shit to Japan versus when I like dressed up a little bit. Way more approachable. Like, it was night and day. Also, we're talking about Tokyo. We're talking about Tokyo specifically. If you're going to Osaka, it's different. Osaka people are more open and expressive and willing to talk to you regardless. And I think that there still is a level of like comfort when you look like you fit in a little more in Osaka. It's not like it's still Japan. It's not like a different country, but it is a bit of a different vibe between the two cities. But Tokyo is very much like, if you look somewhat professional and tidy, put together, whatever, people just talk to you more. It's crazy. Same thing happened to me in Europe. It's a real thing. Really? Europe too? Damn. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm not trying to judge anybody for wearing whatever they want to Japan or on vacation or in general. I'm just giving you my experience, and you can decide for yourself if that's valuable to you or not. You know, or maybe everyone in Japan's an awful person, because if they're willing to talk to you because you look like you fit in and are approachable, and they won't talk to you because you look unique and special, then that's fine. Then fuck them, dude. Yeah, sure, fuck them. You know, but also, just, it's a different experience. Think what you want. Tell me to just bring my tux and nothing else. Got it? You just wear your tux every day. A tuxedo and booty shorts. That's the Sea Dog VA wrote. Got it? What does he usually wear when he's out? Sea Dog IRL stream. He always dresses like somewhat tidily, right? Yeah, he still dresses fairly casually. I'd say like you see Chris Broad do this between Sea Dog. I mean, I know this is a picture of him literally wearing a suit, but you see Chris Broad wearing more sort of like businessy clothing or whatever, and I think that's maybe by design. I don't know. I know personally for myself, I don't bring or wear t-shirts in Japan. Unless they're just plain t-shirts. I don't wear like band shirts or like shirts with fucking video game characters and shit on it. The only thing I will bring to Japan is a Gundam shirt. And I will wear my Gundam shirt to Gundam Front, or it's called Gundam Base Tokyo now. But if I'm going to see an Art of Gundam exhibit or something, I will wear my Gundam shirt. And I do get looked at weird. But also remember, there's one thing I just want to point out. One thing that's important to keep in mind for going to Japan and the clothing you wear. No matter what, if you choose to wear a gross, loud, whatever, grotesque hoodie and fucking, you know, jeans with chains and whatever, just the most outlandish for your average Japanese office worker. No matter if you choose to wear that or if you choose to look like you fit in, you want to bring a briefcase with you because you want everyone to think you work in Japan and live in Japan. No matter what. Thank you.
That's a while.
That is a while. Thank you, Xander. Thank you for 26 months, bro. I appreciate that. How you doing, Xander? No matter what you wear, whether you look like you're on your way to a meeting or if you look like you are an American art student, they still won't sit next to you on the train. So just, it's not a you thing. It's okay. Just don't worry about it. Yeah, just don't worry about it. They still won't sit next to you on the train. It's fine. Actually, ironically, it does change the ability of people to sit next to you on the train. When you look, but you have to go full office worker attired for people to sit next to you on the train. It's not worth it, in my opinion. I just stand and not make everyone worry about it. Xander, thank you again for the 26 months. That's a long ass time to be subbed. To let your sub go for 26 months, I hope I've accomplished things in that time that has entertained, that has provided some value, because support like that, my friend, means the absolute world to me. I hope you know that. Thank you. Did you be Larry from Pokemon Scarlet? Which one was Larry? I forget. You're gonna have to help me out. He wasn't like... Oh no, he wasn't the rival, was he? Or your bro? Your like cooking bro? Just some dude? Okay, yeah, got it. All right, most important part of this design, belt time. At the end of the day, don't worry about it. Wear whatever you want. If you have the option to bring different types of clothing, just try it out. Don't be afraid. People aren't gonna ever like make fun of you for looking too dressed up or too formal for any kind of event or outing or whatever. Why am I drawing a regular belt buckle? I fucked up. Wasn't Larry the normal type leader in the noodle shop? Oh shit, the salary man. Yeah, the Elite Four guy. Yeah. Longish Greg, hair at the box. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Just look like a miserable salary man, like you're just on your way home from some awful overtime shift. People treat you real nice by not talking to you at all because they assume you're too fucking tired. I saw they were extending the life-size RX-78 Gundam in Tokyo for I don't know how long, but like another year or so. And Ella desperately wanted to go see it. And she thought that with COVID and Japan being closed and all this stuff that she never would. But it looks attainable. I don't know if her health is going to be up to it, but we're going to see maybe next winter about going and that'll be a fun trip. Because you know I'm going to do IRL streams from Tokyo. I don't think I can get good internet anywhere else, but I try. Trevor Evans drawing belts. Good to know some things never change. Yeah, true. You got here just in time. I didn't draw a belt for the entire day, Xander. No. Here for some suck. Thank you so much, Vinny, for the 690 bits. Thank you just so much for the substantial bit contribution. I hope that your 690 bits were well spent. I hope that that was that alert was worth it. That you found it was you know, a good addition to your day. That in some ways your day is better now. I hope. Thank you. That's yeah. That's a new alert, Xander. Don't worry about it. It was a weird stream yesterday. I don't know if you want to do Princess Casual as a synthetic, like casual format. Show me an example, Ashley. I need an outfit example here, Princess Casual, if you please, because I'm having a hard time imagining it. Do you mean like slightly casual, like tennis Lolita kind of thing, or what? What's Princess Casual? Like Nordstrom Ojo-sama or Ojo-sama, Lady of the Family kind of thing. It's I regret that alert. I regret it. I'll admit. I'm gonna show Xander the new features here at EBA. I'm scared of doing my bits variations. I was gonna have them ready for the 3rd-year anniversary stream, but now I'm worried about it. All right, what should our little medallion be? A little sage medallion. You know, put like an astral. Let's like make a little astral mandala for it. They usually have 6 or 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 points. Okay. All right. Do it right up next to Scarlet here. Oh, actually, hold up. I forgot. We'll do the central ring first, and then we'll do the designs around the exterior, because those need to go in between the petals. Until Jackie Felling is here, we get to show her something cool. The commissioner does not need to hear a sound clip of me as a fucking Nazgul from Harry Potter in the train scene. Okay? That's not honestly something that I think that she needs to worry about in life. She's got a lot to, you know, take care of. I blame Steel for all this. Kind of tennis Lolita, nice blouse, skirt, petticoat under, but like short casual petticoat. I like it. I like it. What's stopping you? Why wouldn't you always dress like that if you could? Unless, Ashley, maybe you live somewhere cold. I don't know. In which case, everyone cares about being cute until it's minus 30 degrees Celsius and you're fucking cold. And you gotta take your dog out, and you're sick, and your nose is all runny, and your dog's shitting all over the place because she ate something. You changed one thing in her diet, and since she's like 8 or 7 pounds almost, of course it's gonna upset her tum-tum. And it's cold and miserable, and it's dark out, and you need to carry a knife because there's fucking cougars and mountain lions and shit where you live, and like bears and whatever. And so you got your fucking knife in your pocket, with your stupid like sweater on underneath your jacket, and you're still cold, and you got your big ass fucking trapper hat on. At that point, being cute is not super on anyone's radar. Resources. Okay, cool. I wanted a version of this that wasn't, like, flattened or whatever. One country or country should probably commission you to make it official in League. That'd be sick. What if I can leverage my relationship with my players nepotistically to actually do smart for League? Let's try it. What is a petticoat? It's something that old people or fashionable girls like. Yeah. You can have a cute knife? That's true. Maybe you're right, Xander. I'll tell Ella she's taking the easy way out next time. Tell her just because it's cold out is no excuse for her not to look super cute. I will say it too. Don't think I won't. I like that. This is good, man. I like this. Ooh. Astral Sagey. I need... Where's my rope? Rope. Well, that's not still rope. Rope pattern. Kind of like that. Not gonna lie. I don't mind it. Okay. The one issue with living in the Midwest, my best wardrobe is styled for fall and winter. Now it's warmer out, I have to go back to summer wear. I love summer wear. I love summer wear, dude. I just want to wear a Tommy Bahama shirt all summer. Don't even at me. Don't even at me. Maybe I'll wear one tomorrow for my birthday stream. The first time I'll wear something with color on stream. Yo, should I make some sort of, like, post or, like, about my stream tomorrow, about doing giveaway prints? Like, hype it up? That feels lame, doesn't it? Is it lame? Is it a streamer thing to do, or is it lame? For me, anyway, not for, like, an average streamer. What's up, Soja? My jacket's just sitting there now. Yeah, I felt pretty good because I've been wearing a jacket this spring that I haven't been able to fit into in years. I kept my jacket for years after I bought it, and I got too fat. And like, I'm still fat, but I'm not like too fat anymore. It's nice to not be too fat. So I've been able to wear my jacket. It's my favorite jacket that I've ever owned, and I get to wear it again. I'm so proud. But come this winter or this fall, it'll be too big, hopefully. I remember once in a blue moon appearance and go to bed like an adult. Oh, that's a mistake, Xander. What are you doing going to bed at a reasonable time? All right, you got important things to do, Xander. Thank you again for the sub. I am honored by it. You have no idea. And I'll catch you later, bro. Take care, my friend. Okay. I want to add in a little... Oops. I want to add in some of, like, maybe like one or two of Rose's trinkets. Just as, like, a consistency type thing. I like this little, like, compassy astrolabe type thing. That's pretty cool. I like it. Whatever it is, I don't know, but we should yoink it. I'm a yoink it. You can't stop me. It's my art. I own it. I'm the one that did it. Twitch artist caught art thieving. did not apologize for it. What is this layer? Oh, that's inside of her atlas. Okay. All right. I'm gonna redraw it. How about? Nice birthday, Robin. Seen the D&D movie for your birthday, I guess. All right, enjoy it. Hope it's good. Hope people are enjoying it. A lot of people said they were gonna go see it soon, but nobody's reported back as to whether or not it was good. Occasional person said it's decent, but I don't know. Okay. Three off. Do a 3 segment 1. Sort of pointing down. Okay, all right. We're getting there. Okay. Probably make this a little more interesting as well. A little more designed, you know? Future artist got stealing from small streamer unapologetic. Says we do it again. More news at 6. Oh, man. I can't wait until somebody tries to steal my art and pass it off as their own. That's like when you made it. My art got stolen for NFTs at one point in time from DeviantArt, because that's what you do with DeviantArt, is you get your art stolen. But nobody bought it. It was only up for like $40 or whatever. Nobody wanted an NFT of my elf. I was like mad it got stolen, but also like kind of mad that it didn't sell, you know? It's like you didn't want it? Like, why didn't anybody want it? It's usually only for cosplay stuff, costume stuff, but it's another skirt for a mix of modesty / giving the skirt body. Yeah, true. Modesty. Big, you know, big cosplayers, big fan of modesty in general. At least the characters are. I used to dream one day of being a cosplayer. I always wanted to do, like, I knew at some point in time I'd be too old to cosplay. And I was like, I recognized this when I was around like 17, 18, and I was like, I have to cosplay some like dope shit before I get too old. And have to do like old characters. Because the way I figured it when I was like 17, 18, it's like if you're like 16 or 20, you can cosplay Kirito. But if you're like 28 and you're a dude, cosplaying like a 17-year-old's rough. It's like really hard to do. So I always like thought that I had to like get my cosplays in at a certain point. And I never did. Never did. I only ever cosplayed one thing. And no one will ever know what it is. Nor will is there any pictures of it on the internet. I will never have to relive that fucking trauma. No, I did not cosplay a girl. Your art got stolen? Congratulations, Gabby. That's awesome. You have made it, then. You are a real artist. More legitimate than I. My art has yet to be stolen. It's a sad state, but here we are. Such a mood. I'm hella busty and I'm like magically real cute. I'm not sure I want to do D-cup Madoka. I mean, that's different. That's different. I feel like body shape is like, well, okay. If you have respect for the character and you're like, I don't want to cosplay anything out of my body shape, I respect that. That's fine. I also don't think there's anything wrong with people with different body shapes cosplaying characters. It's whatever you want to do. But there is something about me with like scruffy ass fucking stubble face and like eye wrinkles cosplaying a 16-year-old high school kid. So it's like, I don't think I can cosplay as a lot of characters anymore. I just cosplay the old characters. I get cosplay as like Holland from like Eureka or whatever. That's it. Can't cosplay as the young protagonist anymore. Have to cosplay as the old guy. Alright. But I always wanted to get into it. I always wanted to do a serious cosplay, but I want to do it with friends. I want to do like a cool group cosplay. But I never had friends that like also enjoyed that kind of thing. My friends in high school were like the let's watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail again while playing Star Wars Trivial Pursuit type. Don't get me wrong. I'm down with that. Just it did make it a little difficult. They'd be like, yo, boys, you want to go to the anime convention? No. Okay. Yo, what if we, like, did a cool cosplay where we, like, cosplayed as nah? Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, this is on the same plane. Whoops. I fucked up. I thought this was on a separate one. Damn it. Drawing Astral Sage trinkets is tough. Anybody who says otherwise clearly has never tried. I know they never tried because no one's tried to draw Astral Sage stuff besides me. And maybe Steel in like 3 days. We'll find out. We'll find out on the weekend. Is my shittiest piece on the website? Really? So that's Solon? Nice. Congrats, dude. What a flex. What a humble brag. I like it. Hopefully my art will be good enough to rip off one day. Astral Trinket. Let's go, dude. Just on a new layer even, so we can erase it out. I want there to be a central point here. Those lines originate from. Do another one. Dude, astral geography is tough. I have to redo this on the line work phase anyway. That's okay. It works for now. It works for now. Gotta stretch. Arm's getting sore. I'm going to Comic-Con with some friends this weekend. Not sure how I feel about that, especially since it's very small. I think small conventions are fun. Small conventions I think are better. At least, well, sorry, not better. They are preferable to me. I prefer small conventions. I think they have more personality. They're more about like acting as a gathering for people. They're a lot of fun. The big ones, I don't think I vibe with a lot of like large convention goers. You know, I just don't like. I had this experience when I was, or this realization when I was talking this summer with, when Ella and I picked up Yuna. We picked her up from a friend of the breeders, who the breeder like dropped off puppies close to one of the city, like in a town just right outside the city, because like where Yuna was raised or born was like 8 hours away from Ella and I, but the breeder would go into the biggest city every once in a while, and she'd drop off puppies for like pickup days, so it was only a 4 or 5 hour trip for Ella and I. And so we didn't actually meet the breeder. We talked to the breeder's, like the middle person here, who did all the paperwork and everything with it. And she was a degen nerd. Loved her. Fucking Marvel tattoos, like, great. Somebody I can relate to. And she was talking about the conventions coming up. And I was like, damn, bro, I didn't know this convention's coming up. She's like, yeah, are you going to this one, that one? I'm like, nah, I'm not going to that one or that one. I live, like, way over here. She's like, oh, so you already went to, like, whatever. I'm like, nah, I didn't go to that one this year. She's like, oh, because, like, COVID? I was like, yeah, still a lot of people to be around, in my opinion, because this was, like, last summer. And she was, like, talking about this convention. She was so excited. And she's like, yeah, but, like, the guests have been a little bit lame the last couple of years. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, it's, like, this person, that person from this movie and that movie. And she's, like, listing all these people. And she's like, but I'm super excited to see this person. I'm super excited to see this person's panel or whatever. And she was just listing off all these things about conventions that I realized I don't fucking care about. She was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to budget getting a photo with all these different people. And I was like, oh, how much is it? And she's like, well, it was like $80 last year for like a photo with like A-list whatevers. And I was thinking like, damn, bro. Like, there's a whole group of people that love that about conventions. And they love going to conventions. It's the most fun thing ever. They go see celebrities from the cool things that they were into, the shows, the voice actors, the whatever, and they get photos taken with them, and they shake their hand and do whatever, and like go to panels, and it just seems like so much fun, to go to the big ones. But I don't know what it is. It just doesn't click with me, and I always feel like bad about it. But that's why I love the small ones. The small conventions are all about like the communities and. Oh, we're going to have like a BattleTech group meetup or whatever. It's like there has to be other reasons, other communal reasons to go to the conventions other than the conventions, And I love that about small ones. So I think you'll have a good time at it, working, hopefully. I don't know, maybe you wanted to go to the big city stuff, which is fun too, but the small ones they have more personality, in my opinion, more charm, more character. And I found as conventions grow up, and like expand, one thing that they never seem to do right is to carry that idea forward of having small community stuff. For instance, there was a convention in Alberta. It was like primarily an anime convention, and they started getting like big voice actors in, and then they started inviting big cosplayers in. And I was like kind of mad one year where they were like, oh, we spent all of our budget on getting these cosplayers in, so we didn't get any like real voice actors or whatever. And I was like, why? I don't want to meet a fucking cosplayer. I want to like see a voice actor, do a panel or whatever, or some shit. I don't know. I cared more about back then than I did now. And but they stopped doing like they used to do cool things like, oh, we'd watch through all of this anime, or somebody would do like competitions for like video essays on whatever. And a lot of that stuff kind of fell up, like to the wayside. They just stopped doing that because they're like, well, we need more room for like more panels with more big guests or whatever. And so a lot of the heart and soul of like why people originally started going to this convention was lost. Nobody went to that convention because they had some big cosplayer there. They all went to the convention because it was like a place to meet up with people who were like similarly interested in stuff. And I think small ones still have that. And maybe there's some big ones out there. I'm sure there's some big ones out there that still have that, but definitely the ones around where I live don't anymore. They kind of all lost that in favor of getting bigger guests and their venues packed with whatever, which is fine. It's just the natural evolution of things. It does make me appreciate the small ones more, though. Definitely. Definitely appreciate them because of that. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll enjoy Calgary Game Con because I'm doing it with Ella, right? Helping her with her booth basically. Maybe I'll like wander around a bit while I'm there and try and re-inspire myself because I think it's a smaller convention. It's like at a big. Well, actually no, it's at the biggest convention center in Calgary. Never mind. It was gonna be at the smaller one downtown, but then they put it at the Stampede Grounds, which is like the big area for conventions where we live. So I guess it is a pretty big con. Maybe I'll reconnect. I'll stop in somewhere and ask a bunch of nerds what they're doing. One thing I loved about having a booth that I did something that like it was important to me at the convention was that people who stopped there and wanted to talk to me about it were really cool. Like because I was so like openly honest about the things that I love, it was like a real lesson in that of like finding people who are like-minded. I really find a lot of that about stream as well. Like I make a parallel between stream quite a bit too. You know, like there's things I could do to be a bigger streamer. There's a lot of things any streamer could do to be a bigger streamer, but I really like mostly everybody that comes to my stream. And that's important. A lot of streamers don't. Like a lot of art streamers, like spoilers, industry gossip, news. This is why I don't like name any of my friends who are like bigger streamers or whatever, because I can say dumb shit like this. A lot of art streamers don't like their chats. They just legitimately don't like them. But they're like, well, viewer's a viewer or whatever. But people come in, they always want more booba or whatever. They ask me where I'm not drawing Genshin characters anymore. They like complain about it. Like you know when everybody in your chat wants to just draw like a big titty goth mommy character, and you just want to draw like some cool character from whatever, and I'm like, no, I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. I'm sorry. Everybody in my chat's really cool, and I like everybody in my Discord, so I don't know what you're talking about. Also got no idea. It's my first one. I don't know a single one of the guests too. I mean, it's probably gonna be fun to wander. Really need to be Ella's booth quickly after stream. I'm not saying why or anything, but you should be there at Ella's booth after stream on Friday. All right. I don't know how you know things, Atari. I don't know how you know things, but yeah, I'll try. I don't think I'll take streaming. I don't know yet. I don't want to make any promises of like streaming on that Friday or not, because I think it's like late June or whatever. Late June, May, June. I don't want to make any promises for streaming or not streaming, because like if for some reason it's like really busy and Ella needs my help or whatever, then I just won't stream. But I want to stream those days. I don't want to interrupt my schedule. It'd be hard because we only have one car and I have to like drive into town. But I'll try. I don't know. It'll be fun. I don't know if you have any information on events or things that'll be there, Atari, but take your word for it. All right, finally got this done. Oof. We're gonna copy it. We're gonna paste it onto our resources. So everything I do that I like for a sketch that I do in flat, and then I like mess with it or whatever, I like to like the staff or whatever. I like to have it on a different layer so that I can go back and reference it. Because when I go here and place it on her belt, hanging off, then I sketch, I draw, and I ruin it. Now I want to have an unruined version as well. Uh-oh. Man. Not a big deal, but I did accidentally merge layers before they were whatever. Screw it. Screw it, man. So I like to, so when you merge a layer, it'll like merge the layers with the current opacity. So whenever you're merging layers and you want to be using a different opacity, like I do if I'm sketching, you have to like merge the layers before changing the opacity. Otherwise, you have to constantly change the opacity of something, then merge it down. So I accidentally did that. Not a big deal, just a little annoying. This is only the undersketch anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it is a big deal, actually, because I can't... So annoying. Oh, it's so annoying. That's okay. That's okay. It's actually not a big deal. All right. All right. I think it's about 2. I got some shit to do today. So I end stream there. Thanks for all the ideas for building Elle's new Astral Sage. That was a lot of fun, actually. I really... My favorite streams, I think, are sometimes streams that I get to build a character for Ella. I don't know why. It always means a lot to me. No matter how many times I do it, I'll always be happiest building Ella's characters for her because she, you know, she was the first person that ever believed in me, and she, her characters are important because her character, she also always makes her characters in a way that they support Eldara's storytelling. So she's very open about like, hey, wherever she should be from, sure, whatever she should do, whatever profession, whatever. You know, so Ella's characters are always very important to the story or very important NPCs for people to play or introduce themselves to because Ella as a player is so willing to let me do whatever I need to with her characters to be part of the world, which is kind of a trade-off right now. Until I have more established settings, it's kind of, you don't know how to make your character an important part of the world, so you just kind of have to, if you want them to be, you just kind of have to let me tell you where they're from or whatever, or why they're important, or we got to build it together. So... but yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, which is gonna be fun. So I'll be live doing the regular sketches, and we're gonna do some giveaways tomorrow as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna do I might do some regular print giveaways, maybe a block of dice set. I don't know. There's also gonna be a unique twist to tomorrow's sketches. Any sketch that I do, I will make a print of and send it to the winner if they so choose. So item cards or whatever, or prints of landscapes. Landscapes will probably be bigger than item cards. I don't know how I'll do it exactly, but I'll figure it out. It's gonna be fun. You will unrig raffles for tomorrow? No, you won't. Have a laugh. Blaze, if you win something tomorrow, I swear. Fate was trying to tell us something. All right. So thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed your stay, even if it's just for the day. Where's my Spotify? There we go. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night if you guys are playing D&D tonight like I am. TPK your party. TPK your party. They deserve it. That thing they said about you behind your back that you didn't think they said about you behind your back, they definitely did. And they deserve TPK. So upgrade your stream on viewers shop. No, why'd you delete it? Oh, I was going to upgrade my stream. Man. All right. All right. Thor can keep me down. Okay. Well, you know, we'll try and do an upgrade tomorrow for Friday sketches. Right at the end, too. Yeah, that was perfect, man. That's these bots, man. I was saying today, actually, that we didn't have any bots coming in anymore because the mods put so many blocked terms, but they're getting sneaky. Apparently, upgrade your stream is now a blocked term. So someone's going to be like, hey, man, can I help you upgrade your stream? And then you can get fucking banned, blocked, whatever. They're like, I just want to help. I don't know. Take care of yourselves today, guys. If you're playing D&D, have fun. If you're not, go watch some Critical Role or something. What do you got better to do? That's what I thought. All right. Flex Summer friends. Farewell.
Stay